Hey y'all, this week's episode of The Read is brought to you by Curly Clips. With Curly Clips, you can add length and volume to your curly or afro textured hair in just minutes, like the new ponytail fro and the afro puff. They only take a minute to snap in, and they are perfect for when you're in a hurry, but you need to get that hair together and make it look like something. Been there, done that. With more than 1,000 reviews, Curly Clips is one of the most trusted hair extension brands for natural hair. And they just donated $1,000 to the Flint Child Health and Development Fund. Very, very dope.
Hey.
So visit curlyclips.com and use offer code READ to save $15 on your next purchase. That's KURLYKLIPS.com. Use offer code READ, save $15, get something cute for your hair, and let's keep going.
This week's episode of The Read is also brought to you by Talkspace. You can join the over 500,000 people who are already feeling better because of it. Talkspace is the online therapy company that makes it easy to get sat down with someone who can help you unpack all of the madness going on right now in your world, whether it's Donald Trump or Crystal pretending she watches Game of Thrones, whatever you need.
Theon!
Sign up today and get a special $30 discount towards your first month by going to Talkspace.com/read or use the Talkspace app and enter promo code READ, Talkspace Therapy for All. Now let's begin. This is easy. Hold on, let me blink.
See.
This, we don't even have, this can stay. All right. I'm just trying to get my composure. All right, here we go.
Really?
If someone is tampering with my relaxer, I beg you, please stop. No, you cannot Google it. Don't Google it. I will give you another clue. I'll give you another clue.
Okay.
I'll give you several clues.
Okay.
And you can, okay, so you get a second clue. If you don't get it on the second clue, then you can ask the internet.
If someone is tampering with my...
If someone is tampering with my relaxer, I beg you, please stop. I know Chad has got it. Please let Chad got it. Someone at the Chad got it.
Is it?
Funniest part.
You
Okay.
and that damn Instagram.
All right. Here's another one.
Okay.
Same movie. All right. Pickle juice. And not just any pickle juice, but the unadulterated juice of a rare kosher deal. Handmade by Orthodox Jews in the Amazon.
No.
And the way she says it, oh my God, greatest movie ever.
Jackie Washington.
You're trash. That's not the name of the movie.
Oh, damn. Essence of Jackie?
Wow, you're still wrong. So
Well, what is it
technically
called?
I win. The milkman, he delivered.
Okay, so first of all, I could tell it was
I'll
Jennifer
tell you what he
Lewis.
delivered.
I could tell it was
Nothing.
Jennifer Lewis. I just did not know the movie. And
And Milkman.
Jackie's back.
That Heisman Trophy you've been searching for all these years. It's 50 feet underwater up there at the Lake Hollywood.
I've never seen
Happy
Jackie's
swimming,
back.
bastard. You have what?
I've never seen Jackie's back. So I'm really gonna have to put that on the list of things to consume. Okay, fix your face. Fix it.
Every year is Jackie Washington Day.
Yeah,
You've never... Jackie Washington Day was just it was like a week and some change
So
ago.
I think when I hear people say Jackie Washington Day, I think they mean Jackie Robinson Day. And so I just kind of never really looked into it, but...
Because, people on Jackie Washington Day, they just die.
I have to see this
You
movie.
didn't know that, didn't you?
I'm going to go home and watch it tonight.
No, of course not. Nobody ever talks about it. Just, just at the washing machine, doing your laundry, and just boop. Jackie Washington Day, dead.
Does she kill them? I have to watch it. Don't tell me. Don't spoil it.
It's on you. Like the whole movie is on YouTube.
Don't spoil.
Like I think that.
Shout out to you for just playing songs on your phone. Shout out to you.
It was my iPod, and it was an accident.
Okay. Well, it looks exactly like a phone.
And a rap classic. Well, not a classic, it's new. But whatever. The point is that you're wrong.
Don't spoil Jackie's bag.
I win again.
And I won't spoil Game of Thrones
a movie
for you.
from the 90s.
Yeah, don't.
That niggas watch every year.
That's why I'm going to watch it. Oh, niggas watch it on Jackie Washington Day. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so what? So what? I haven't seen the movie.
Excellent film. Robert Townsend directed it. Jackie Washington and Tim Curry star.
When did this come out?
If you have not watched
I think I know exactly why I haven't seen it.
Ages ago.
1999.
1 million celebrity cameos from Whoopi Goldberg to like
Okay, this
Dolly
premiered
Parton.
on Lifetime. This was
I don't give a fuck where she premiered. The movie's a classic and you should have watched it by now. All of us watched Jackie Washington Day.
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg, Loretta Devine, Tom. This is the movie with Tom Arnold and David Hyde Pierce. Oh yes, and that other white lady. Okay. Wow, Kyla Pratt. Man,
Kyla Pratt is in it for like all of 2 seconds.
Yeah, I guess she's baby.
Yield. Oh, so if anybody is like, I don't know if this is a Robert Townsend thing or whatever. I don't know why we're talking about this, but please release like is there a Jackie's Bag soundtrack? Because I know those songs were like spoofs. They were supposed to be jokes and stuff, but they were lit. Like, can I get, even if they're just snippets, I'll pay for it. I want every song, especially I'm a Sookie Sookie Mama. So please.
I don't think that's on any of the streaming apps.
I'm sure it isn't, but I'm requesting it. There has to be somebody who has the files.
Somebody
just put it out.
Happen.
I'll buy it. If it's on 8-track or cassette, I'll still buy it. I don't care. I just want to have it. But there you go. Homework.
Okay. I will actually watch it tonight.
You know what? You can't even hold that against you because you've never seen it for whatever strange black ass reasons.
Well, 1999, I was in like junior year of high school, and so
excuses.
I don't know.
These are one of those things you should have at least discovered as an adult. Because I don't think I watched Jackie's Back for the first time until like 8 years ago.
Okay. Well, I promise that I will watch it. I feel very bad for not knowing a Jenifer Lewis movie.
Go home.
Else. I really
have
will.
an edible or have some of your fancy Maker's Mark and sit back and watch. It's an hour and a half. It is Jenifer Lewis.
Right. No, I'm sure I'll love it.
And honestly, Jackie Washington is just Ruby from Blackish in another universe.
Okay. All right. I will. I feel like you're trying to sell me on the right.
She's been on the show.
You're just mad that I haven't actually seen it. Like, that's really what this is.
If someone. All right.
So anyway.
So that is that for this week.
Welcome to the read, guys.
See you for the quote next week. And how are you doing?
I'm good, flourishing. Feeling really great about our guest today, Yeah,
you had a time.
Lots of sleep, drinking water. I had a time doing what? What did I do?
With the guest this week.
I did. It was, look at who. It's LeVar fucking Burton. Like, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't be like starry-eyed and ready to die? So, I'm good. How are you?
Great.
You missed Game of Thrones.
I missed Game of Thrones because I went to the Kendrick Lamar concert. So I also missed Insecure. We're going to talk about both.
Ooh, wee.
Funny story. I met Kendrick Lamar for his meet and greet situation. Now, I got a meet and greet pass by accident. I didn't realize.
That does not happen.
I just knew that I really wanted to see Travis Scott. I really wanted to see Kendrick Lamar, both before I die. And you never know. So Kendrick was coming. I really love this album. I'm a really big fan of his. So I said, I'm just going to buy the best ticket I can get. And then I got an email like the week before the concert that was like, this is where you need to be for VIP and for your meet and greet. I said, for my what?
You didn't even look at the ticket details.
No, I just bought a ticket. I knew I was in the front row and I was ready to go. This was months ago.
Oh,
I bought them tickets during Sweet Heat, actually. So this was a while ago.
You've been planning this.
And I just woke up one morning and I got this email saying, you will meet Kendrick Lamar. Here's where you need to be and when. And it was great.
I was going to say,
he's
so what
cute
was
in
that
person.
Like? Okay.
Very mellow, very cool. Had a great time. It was fun to see all of like the major fans like getting ready to cry and shit. And the show was amazing.
Did y'all take a selfie?
We did not. Oh. In fact, the way that he does his meet and greets, I don't know, I haven't been to a meet and greet in a while, but
yeah, me either.
It's just basically like they do you like TSA and you put all your shit in a thing in a little bin.
Yeah.
And they have a professional photographer come and just take the picture. And so you sit your ass down, you say, hello, what's good? take your picture. You
that
bounce.
makes sense because niggas will pull up Snapchat, Instagram Live, everything.
Oh, my battery. Hold on, let me charge it. What? You cannot.
No, girl, go on Party Pics later and order your picture.
Tonight. No.
Well, good. That sounds fun.
That was a good time. But I did get to catch up on. I got to Insecure. I got to Power.
Oh, wait.
So let's just do. I know that you did your official Issa Rae production 3 Arts thing. But I just want to say how I feel about the Insecure premiere.
Get it off your chest.
I'm glad that, my girl is out here doing the best that she can, doing poorly. But at the end of the day, guess what she has? A job and a house over her head. That other nigga is what? Homeless. Fucking a thirsty bop for room and board, and still coming over talking about he wanted to get his mail. Oh, okay. The only jury that was actually summoned in that situation was your dick to that puss. That's what it was. That's what was summoned.
I love how you're
because you knew what fucking time it was.
I love how you just hate Lawrence so much. Shout out to Jay Ellis, who plays Lawrence. He came
great.
On the show.
He's fantastic.
He and Yvonne, who plays Molly, came on Insecurity to talk to me and Fran about that first episode. And he really be defending Lawrence
That's nice.
Y'all not about to do Lawrence like that because he got cheated on, so he's hurt and he's reacting. So it was just a great conversation, so fun. I love how you
get cheated on every day, B.
You just don't. Day. I mean,
hold your head, figure it out.
All right, Issa.
Maybe if you would have got a shape up, maybe if you would have got a tape. All right, and showed some initiative.
Yeah, I think people
my pussy
forget.
Wouldn't have been quivering other places.
People forget that Lawrence sat on that couch for 4 years. It wasn't just he was out of work for a few months. He sat around working on the app and bullshitting for years, and Issa just.
So you mean to tell me this nigga who actually gets his beard trimmed and is out here making beats and shit and has I've been offering me dick for however long, so I'm not supposed to be tempted? Do your job.
Nah, I mean I still maintain that Issa should have just fucked that nigga and then lied about when it was that she did it so that her man couldn't be mad. But whatever, I guess it's not right to be dishonest in a relationship or whatever. So, but yes, I'm so excited that you're watching Insecure, but I won't spoil. I'll just say I don't know. Oh my
gosh, you're advanced copies.
I don't know how much longer you're gonna be feeling all smug and self-satisfied. I'll just leave it right there. So, but what's new this week on the read?
What the fuck do you? Okay.
Obviously, fine. I cannot tell you what I mean by that. I'm just saying.
I don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, I won't hate him forever. He just need to get his motherfucking life together. And you know what? So does Issa. Issa does need to get her shit together and figure some things out as well. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's my girl.
At the end of the day. All these at the end of the days. I'm proud of Molly for going to therapy. Making that first step to actually talk to somebody about her issues and the stuff she has.
Molly didn't talk.
I mean, but it's
she's getting started.
It's baby steps. You know, who opens up the first time? Well, maybe some people do, but
I did. I was like, "Woo, let me get started." But I did make sure I had a black woman too.
See.
So I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, that's real.
So true to form. Very, very funny. Also, clarification for anybody, actual West Coast people, do Bloods Crip Walk? Is that not the Crip Walk anymore? Is that a hood adjacent dance? Is it has the Crip Walk evolved into some just universal West Coast nigga?
Well, they say all the time they don't bang. But
oh yeah,
but they replace all they sees with bees, and they wear all red, and so it's just kind of from the outside looking in, y'all kind of look like Bloods to me, But
I'm gangster at heart, not in real life,
right?
So I don't know how these things go. Whatever.
You butte and you thick. So many great lines.
Just an amazing. I just love
Bitch, I got kids too.
Show. Anyway,
turn up.
So I will get to Theon later this evening.
Alaria.
Who is that?
Wait till you see what happened. Wait till you see what Theon did.
To Alaria?
No. Just wait till you see what he did.
Who is Alaria?
Well, maybe I'm saying it wrong. Alaria. Melania Trump. Let me look at Alaria. Yes, and the Sand Snakes. That's what it was. And Tyrion. And Lady Olenna. And can't forget that nigga Jon Snow.
Black Excellence this week is going to go out to 4 amazing ladies who are having a great week. I'm talking about Queen Latifah, Regina Hall, who I've loved since Paid in Full, I believe. Jada, who I've loved since A Different World.
A Different World, yeah.
And Tiffany Haddish, who I've loved since... What's the first thing I saw Tiffany Haddish in? Not Real Husbands. I may have seen her doing stand-up.
I was going to say, she's
first.
Good on Real Husbands of Hollywood. Loved her on the Carmichael show. Rest in peace.
Like, what? What was that about?
Well, the news came out a day before Gerard Carmichael's leaving the show, and I was like, well, that's not a good sign. And then, like, 24 hours later, the Carmichael show's canceled.
Like, that makes sense. Since Carmichael's not on it anymore.
Coming. What the hell?
And Queen Latifah. Did I say Queen Latifah?
Queen Latifah, who I've loved since Ladies First.
Probably Living Single.
Oh, yeah.
I'm such a child.
Oh, yeah, you're young.
I remember you and ITY.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, you know, niggas love that song, so. But yeah, women
and that came out during, she was already on Living Single when you and ITY came out, wasn't it?
Oh, really?
Or was that before?
I think
you know what? No, you and ITY
first,
was absolutely first. And then I think she did some episode of Living Single where she there was like she performed
throwback type thing, yeah.
Or there were like the end credits or something. She redid it because you and ITY is like wild old.
I think somebody told me that like licensing the music and all that is why we can't get Living Single on DVD because of all them old songs.
It's on Amazon and iTunes though because I bought every season.
Oh well, then never fucking mind.
Go get. I don't need the disc.
I'm gonna get on Amazon right? No, I don't either. With that damn AirPlay. You could have anything from your computer playing on the TV. So, no, I don't need this either. Yes.
Lots of the TVs have apps. My PlayStation has an Amazon app. So I go in there.
My nice TV that them people gave me by accident has all them apps built right. Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, all
gave you.
I mean, y'all brought it over here and then you fucked up. So I kept it.
I mean, technically they gave it to you. Just not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
You're right.
Nobody said all that.
That's what you said. Right. Deviating. Anyway, these women, Girls Trip, I know if you listen to this show, you've had to heard about this movie. I'm sure you've had some person urging you to go out and watch it. I actually have not gone to see it yet.
I've seen it twice.
But I'm going, if I don't go tomorrow, I'm going on Friday. And I'm sure I'm going to end up going again before it's out of theaters. Again, just haven't had a chance. Or, like motivation to get out of bed.
That's a real struggle. That can be really
just
hard.
Really comfortable there, and I've got blackout curtains, and cable,
and air conditioning,
and internet.
And when you put all those things together, leaving the house is just like
Grubhub.
Let's not talk about marijuana.
Amazon Prime.
Although, let me tell you, I got good and high and then went to go see Girls Trip and I was crying.
That was my intention this whole time.
It is it's a great comedy. It's raunchy and nasty and fun. And I saw me and my friends in those characters, like a mixture of us and the experiences we've had. And then it's set at Essence and obviously, produced with the work of the Essence Fest because all throughout the movie, you're seeing like videos and performances from people who really were there or like, there's conference stuff and all that, like workshops and all that. It was just, it was just amazing. It was so fucking hilarious. Tiffany Haddish, I think, is just like, is only up from here for her. Like, yeah,
it's always good to see someone who's like paid their dues and
had such a rough
life. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But even just past that to see them get that like breakout, like for instance for Lil Rel and Get Out.
Yeah.
It's like the same word for that person who you've seen them, doing this role or that role or maybe this commercial or that stand up, and then they get that one role and then everybody's talking about them.
Right.
That's really fire to see. So yeah, I'm sure she's about to have like.
And then Lil Rel was on Insecure.
Right, exactly. So that's awesome.
I love it.
The movie earned $30.4 million domestically in the opening weekend. So, of course, I'm sure it's just way larger than that by now because it's been out for quite some time and I have not gone yet. So they have not gotten my money at this point. But I'm reading here that it says it's the first major film starring 4 black women since Waiting to Exhale in 1995.
God, is that true?
I don't know if that's true. Maybe like just starring just 4 women alone.
Yeah, maybe just 4 black women.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. When did Set It Off come out?
Oh, that had to have been before Waiting to Exhale.
Damn. Speaking of Set It Off, 95. You know Queen Latifah and Jada were both in that. So the movie just has all these little...
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Nods and stuff. Oh God, you are going to love it when you see it. I don't want to give it away, but...
Set It Off is 96.
What is super important about Girls Trip is, I mean, obviously the love and bond and, you know, shit with your friends and all that, but fine ass Kofi Siriboe.
Here we go again.
When he first comes on screen, no.
All right, shut up. Don't say anything else. I'm going to the movies.
There is a scene.
I don't need to hear anything else.
Where literally,
shut your mouth.
The only thing you do not see is his penis.
Oh, well, now I'm heartbroken.
But I'll take it. It's just so good and so well done. So congratulations to the whole cast and crew. I'm actually wearing my Flossy Posse necklace today.
Oh, yes.
They sent me a little gift bag thing, and I've got Jada's floral duffel bag, but the group of girls is called the Flossy Posse.
So being rich and famous, what's that like?
Who are you talking to, mister? I accidentally bought a meet and greet ticket to see Kendrick Lamar. Who the fuck does that?
That has nothing to do with it.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
All right, so that's Black Excellence for this week.
Oh, and also Gabby Fresh. Yay, go Gabby. If you don't know, Gabby and her friend Nicolette started their own line of clothing this week. It's called Prim, sizes 12 through 30. And of course, as soon as it launched, they basically broke the website and it was down all day because everybody stands for Gabby and wants her clothes. So go to prim.us, PREMME.us, and check out the clothes and the video and the website. And it's just so cute. And I am so proud of Gabby and so happy for her. So yay, Gabby Fresh, Black Excellence.
I wonder what it's like being rich and famous.
Oh, we'll have to ask Gabby.
Right.
Gabby, come do the read.
Because she's certainly rich.
No, and I've been following her online literally for years. I've watched this girl grow up. She used to have a blog. She started, I think her blog was called Young, Fat, and Fabulous. And it's just kind of grown up with her over the years. And now she is launching her own fucking clothes. Like, so proud of you, Gabby. Ugh, bad bitch.
I got swept up in looking at photos of her. All right.
She's so beautiful. It is so annoying. She's so fine.
This week in Sick Sad World, lots of ground to cover. Not really. In fact, we might zoom through this.
Okay.
Don't care.
I've actually kept up with some of the nigga news this week.
Oh, well, you may have more than I do because I try my best.
Well, I think I only know like 2 stories, but that's 2 more than I usually know.
That's true, too. All right. Safari Samuels announced via his Instagram that he is getting his own spinoff on VH1.
Oh, God.
Didn't see that coming. The caption says, God is good. Just got my own show. Wild Safari. Will you tune in? Thank you, VH1. Now I just need this record deal. You should have left that last part
you
out.
should not have said that part. Wild Safari. What is it going to be, like a dating show? Please don't be a dating show.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Please don't be a bunch of women lining up to take a ride on the Wild Safari.
You just nailed it. Like, I won't be surprised if I get the little press release and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And all of every week he's passing out like leopard hats.
12 beautiful women as they find out, do you have a seat in the Jeep?
Like, come get your plate of oxtail. Like, that's what you have to do
the show for them.
To stay every week. Come get your beef patty. You get to stay. Malika. Like,
no cocoa bread for you.
Exactly. Like, you don't get cocoa bread this week, bitch. I heard you're only here to try and get put on. Like, whatever.
You may have your oxtail, but no gravy. You're on thin ice, bitch.
You get no festival this week.
No rice and peas.
Tram. I don't know. Like,
straighten up.
It sounds like something that is perfect for him. Coconut oil also.
So the coconut oil must be doing great.
I mean, all of the scenes he'll have to shoot shirtless or he'll want to shoot shirtless to then advertise the coconut oil. It also seems like something he at least thinks will get on his ex nerve.
I see it.
You know, and maybe it will. I would laugh if I was his ex, but like, I mean, that's hilarious.
I mean, I truly hope Nikki does not bother herself with that whole situation at all, because it just kind of seems like even responding to whatever Safari does ought to be beneath you, or you should be past that at this point. Like, you had a whole nother failed relationship in that time. Right? And ain't you on another one? Isn't she still with Nas?
Yes, but...
Or is that over? Okay. Well, is Nas still taking pictures with her?
Are they still friends? Sure, yeah. You know, the thing is that Nikki is like mid-key 11 hip-hop girl that made it and didn't have to actually do the show. Like, personality-wise... I feel like she's just like them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
If Nicki Minaj was a failure and untalented, she would absolutely be on that show too. What is the difference in there? Like, even you remember the y'all bitches can't even spell Prague.
Yes.
Attention, please. The hand movements were absolutely Mona Scott.
Just like Hazel E doing all the most. Where's your Gucci? Where's your Fendi? Where's your Amex Black?
She beat them because she can actually rap and never needed it.
That's true.
So I feel like I can't put like the pettiness above it. I can't say that Nicki Minaj is like so above this that she wouldn't at least be. I mean, at the very least, she's group texting when this show comes on, and they are going to be laughing. She said in a verse something about crying emojis in her group text. I don't remember which verse that was, but that was recent.
Okay. Well,
so
shout out to you for listening to the Nicki Minaj verse.
I still pay attention. The bitch can rap, just not. She just doesn't make greatest choices for that all the time.
You know, consistently, the quality is probably not where most of her fans would like for it to be. But
no, her fans don't mind what she does. She could literally get on a track and do like the Fraggle Rock theme or something.
You know, they are really pressed over Cardi B and the success of Bodak Yellow and all this, and the fact that she has all the girls out here quoting it. Like, you cannot tweet a video of Cardi B or anything like that without a Nicki Minaj fan coming up to be like, this bitch, Summer Jam, da-da-da, choosing sides. Like, can everybody calm down and just let this girl from the Bronx win? No, we can't do that.
I'm here for Belle Khalees and her little,
also.
And this, I like the song. I like that she's making headlines as for, I think it's 46 or something like that right now on Hot 100. But it's like the only song this year that is charted with a female rapper by herself or something like that. I don't remember, something like that. But
she has the career Jocelyn brags about.
Highest key.
Yes, Jocelyn be bragging about
skeleton keys. Like every key card. Key West. Key Largo. Like every key.
She does.
She really does.
The shit that Jocelyn brags about doing and having, Cardi B is just actually out here doing it and having it. While Jocelyn is
let the chick have fun.
Let this girl win. Let her, this blood trophy she didn't receive from her boyfriend, this diamond crusted. What is it, but why is it? Who commissioned that? I would love to talk to the designer.
There has to be like some sort of like Instagram merchant. You know what I'm saying?
Come to me for all your blood accessories.
You know, gifts by nigga. The buys an X. And like,
oh God, of course it is.
And they just find nigga things and you just buy it. I don't know.
First of all, gifts by nigga is a great idea.
You're welcome. I don't even want any money.
You have a hood nigga or a ghetto bitch in your life that you need to shop for? Well, look no further than gifts by nigga.
Go for it. Have a blast. I don't care. I'm just saying.
That is a niche and somebody needs to tap into it.
I think that's what Offset was doing for his lady Belle. But
I'm sure she values and treasures that.
Who wouldn't? You know, because
it's gonna be right next
also,
to her BET award.
Nigga. So
right.
You know, I like what she's doing. I think probably a lot of that Meek Mill. She performed with Meek Mill.
Oh, yeah.
She was on stage with Remy at Hot 97 Summer Jam, and you know, pick a side. I guess that's what that is. I don't know.
Dustin said Meek Mill's album was good.
It is.
Wow, you'd agree.
It is. Meek Mill does not make bad music. Meek Mill is corny. Like, and I think that maybe now, in his interview, I think maybe it was Breakfast Club, one of his interviews for this album, he talked about how he was on like syrup and pills and all that stuff real crazy. and now he's not.
So now he feels better?
I don't know if that had anything to do with a lot of his corny outbursts on social media, but that was always his, injury or whatever. Like, that was always the complete
his injury.
The whole, raging on Drake randomly out of nowhere, and all of the weird little stuff.
Well, good for him.
I've never had a problem with Meek Mill as a rapper. I just think sometimes I feel attacked personally because he doesn't have to yell at
Holler
me
like
so
that.
loud. But time and place.
Yeah.
And he's really good at making intros. So
he always has his playground voice on.
Yeah,
never his church voice.
That's so true.
Like, nigga, do you know how to whisper?
Better words. Can't find them. So yeah, I like his album or whatever, but
okay.
Safari and this record deal.
I might check it out.
Safari should just leave music alone.
Yeah, no, definitely. Be entertaining on reality TV.
You're really good at that.
Yeah, you could really turn that into something.
Give you a personality.
Yes, you could make it a thing. So you could just focus. I feel like the problem is that we really did like Safari in that first season he was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and now he's just gonna ride it and ride that wave until we are so sick of him.
I mean, there's nothing.
The nigga is making coconut oil.
I still don't understand. I just don't.
Okay. Well,
I mean, look out for that if you aren't a Skip, and you're actually interested in looking at Safari do whatever the fuck he's planning on doing on VH1.
Wild Safari. That sounds like white people are about to about to produce a dating show for him. That's exactly what that sounds like.
Really hope not. Let it be about Safari going out into the wild. Like, send Safari on, trips to fun places and with his Jamaican, New York ass friends.
Yes.
And
that would be fun.
Like New York goes to Hollywood. Remember when they would send New York on trips to go do dumb shit?
To go yell at white men. Yeah.
I'd rather watch Safari do that than Safari rub whipped cream all over girls. And did you see that young butch queen sucking Hazel Toes?
Oh,
Hazel Toes.
Hazel Toes. Look at you.
At the dock on national television. Trash.
Feet.
You ain't got enough money for me. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
No.
It is a crisp
it's gonna
no.
It's gonna be a no from me, dog.
An unwavering fuck out of here. Never gonna happen.
It's strong and emphatic.
Brandy.
Oh, God bless.
Isn't it sad that that's where we're at with Brandy now? Like,
with
not even
Brandy.
saying anything. Just Brandy and we're tired. It's really depressing.
Did somebody say Whitney Houston 3 times? Because that's when she appears.
You're on a roll today.
Leave me alone.
Brandy posted an old school photo. I've seen this picture so many times too, so I'm not really sure what prompted her posting it. I guess she just was in the mood. It doesn't really matter. But she posted a picture of her and Mariah Carey hugging, and the caption was hashtag she knows me at Mariah Carey, and then the FBF for Flashback Friday, which I love that they made a Throwback Thursday for people who forgot. It still makes me I love it.
Damn, it's after midnight.
Shit, I was so busy yesterday. So yes, of course, Mariah Carey is famous for saying I don't know her, talking about Jenifer Lopez and whoever else she don't like. And we love it.
Yeah.
Each and every one of us gets a kick out of it every time she does it, even if I like the person she was talking about. Because Mariah Carey being a diva and being above it and drunk and funny is my favorite thing about Mariah Carey. Besides the fact that, she's a musical icon.
Right.
I love her just being Mariah.
Yeah, me too. I like openly bitchy women to a certain extent.
To a degree. If you've earned it,
yes,
when you've earned it.
That is the motherfucking key right there.
That's it.
When you have earned the right to be a raging bitch and look down on everybody else, and I'm like, I live for this. Let's put a feed on in your house.
No problem with me.
Just watch this all the time.
And Mariah Carey was reading bitches in her prime. When she was like first single, second single, third single, she was like, I stopped paying attention to Madonna when I was in high school.
Yeah,
and
she already knew.
She was reading the girls like from the beginning. Like,
what are you gonna say? I'm sorry. Have you heard me open my mouth? Have you heard this voice? This honey coated straight from God.
You can come for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, but what you can't come for is me. So, come out for anything else. For
We're actually
meal.
open 24/7. I'm just not on the menu.
So Brandy had to then do some shuffling for the petty folks on Instagram and clarify that she was not coming for J-Lo. Here's the caption. Oh my, I guess she changed it.
Okay.
After the shade
niggas
started.
got mad. Okay.
Oh my God, what happened? I don't know why that's funny to me already. I swear to goodness, saved.
So saved.
I don't know what the fuss is about. I love the pic, and now everyone thinks I'm throwing shade at who? This
Girl, well, when you say at who,
like, this is funny.
it wasn't shady before that. What the fuck, Brandy?
This is so great. This is funny. Can't take this one down. I love this picture, and whenever I'm throwing shade, light, it's not questionable. You know that I am. Well,
is that true? Because I feel
mean,
like you
typically
kind of,
when she has thrown shade, it's been pretty obvious, and she doesn't deny that she was either. So, I mean, and I didn't think that she was being shady. I thought that she was just joking, but I also didn't think that she needed to explain it.
Right. It's such an obvious reference to Mariah and that I don't know her thing. So, I mean, if I had a picture of Mariah Carey, I would probably caption something like, oh my gosh, she knows me.
I would have done it too.
Right. I feel like that's just, maybe the J-Lo fans are in their feelings about that. But girl, whatever. Your fave doesn't do anything but be fine. And that's fine. That is fine. She's 49 and looks amazing. And that is her job at this point. And that's great.
I don't even think that Mariah Carey or Jenifer Lopez care that much.
Right.
J-Lo probably gets agitated when Mariah keeps saying it or when people keep asking her about it. Because the thing about Mariah is she don't give a fuck. She's not going to be like, all right, that's enough. Like, I don't want to tell her to
Stop
be
being
like,
mean to J-Lo.
She's going to be herself and be funny and keep doing it if she feels like it. And then, like, they really don't give a fuck. They don't care for each other.
Right.
So she's not going to be like, oh, you know, J-Lo's she don't like the bitch. She don't like her. She don't know her. It is what it is. But this was so clearly just like a lighthearted, joking way of saying Mariah is my girl that I don't even feel like it warranted a paragraph of explanation.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to acknowledge that if you were clear in your delivery, or if it's not even that deep, or both, niggas are gonna be niggas, and people are gonna start trouble, and people are gonna say shit just to say shit on the internet.
Yes.
So not everything is worth you even explaining or responding.
Most things aren't. The overwhelming majority of these niggas should be ignored.
Right. On average, you should just be like, I don't care. And just go right back to doing whatever the fuck it is that you were doing, because people with sense will acknowledge what it is, where you were coming from. People with sense, the people who are worth your attention in the first place, know what time it is.
Right.
Everybody else gonna be mad regardless. Now they've undoubtedly switched from you were throwing shade to Brandy is crazy, it's not that deep.
See,
you can't please everyone.
Right.
Leave it alone.
Just fuck them niggas, girl. Turn off comments on Instagram if that's what you really want to do. If it just bothers you that much to read other people's words and you feel like you have to react to that. But Brandy's been famous for a long time. So I'm surprised that people's comments still get to her in that way.
It's a new generation. I've talked before about, I think that Brandy is one of these artists who is, I think, maybe a little bit frustrated with the way things operate in the music industry or the entertainment industry these days versus, you know, when she was Moesha and Never Say Never and all of that.
Yeah.
So she's probably just one of those types of people like who just feel like compelled to explain themselves or justify what they did. Because this is not the first time that she's done this. She does this a lot, actually, when anybody says, oh, Brandy, you were being shady. Oh, Brandy, you look pregnant. Oh, Brandy, you this, that. Oh, Brandy, that queen is lying to you. Then she feels like, okay, let me give you a paragraph of why I have my shit together and you guys don't understand. And it's just, I get it, because sometimes people can make you feel like, all right, y'all are wildin'. Let me explain to you, like, this is what I meant. But things like this, I don't think so.
Right.
Like, girl, you were clearly joking.
Everybody's seen that fucking gif. Everybody's seen it.
And even if you were throwing shade, even if people think that you were throwing shade at J-Lo and you weren't, Your brain, like, who cares?
Right.
Both of y'all can
What they
sing.
gonna do?
Like, oh, now Jenifer Lopez fans don't like me. I'm Brandy.
I mean, had she put like Mariah Knows Me Vocalist Club Only or something like that, I mean, that's significantly bitchier.
Exactly.
Than just being like, some of these girls are only here for a two-step and a moment.
Like, come on now. It really wasn't that deep, Brandy. You got to let these girls be sometimes, because it's like, I'm really seeing more and more people talk about Brandy being out of her motherfucking mind. And maybe she is, but this is just so silly. But anyway,
left that alone.
Mariah responded and said something like, I sure do, with a whole bunch of heart emojis. And then she like reposted the picture with Mariah's caption. Whole morning was made when one of my heroes knows me and confirms with a 3-word sentence and 2 of these pink hearts. She posted the hearts again. Now look here, I'm turning off these damn comments because I don't want no mess. This is positive.
So why what?
And she turned off the comments, which, I mean, I think that you can even turn off the comments after people have commented and picture,
and they just go away.
Just do that.
So it's like, what is you sound really thirsty and pressed, like you don't know Mariah, honestly. You sound like, I just don't think if I was in a position where I could take pictures with Mariah Carey that I would be pressed over her commenting on my Instagram to the point where I needed to take a screenshot of it and repost that picture as if it was something brand new.
You know what? She probably has not spoken to Mariah Carey in a minute, or does not speak to Mariah Carey on the reg. I'm sure she posted that because for the same reason that she always hypes up the relationship that she had with Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey are musical iconic greats that forever until the end of time will be recognized for what they did.
Right.
So you being Brandy and being like, not only have I met Mariah Carey, she knows me, look at the camaraderie in the photograph. Like, I think that's what that was about. So even, and then she didn't expect from Mariah to be like, I sure do, girl. So she was living. Brandy's a little, but...
It just seems, I don't know. I just would not expect somebody who's been famous since she was like 13 to be hyped like that.
As someone who is also a little, I be trying to just like, hey girl,
I still want the best for Brandy. Like, I'm saying these things out of a concern for her because I'd want her to be well. And sometimes her actions on the internet indicate that maybe she just doesn't feel that great about herself.
I feel like she's constantly trying to prove to younger people, like to the generation that allegedly, buys this music, consumes the music, really does go out and support and do all of that. I think she's trying to get them to see her not progress, but like everything she's done,
as an artist.
Right. The work she's put in.
She's underappreciated.
Right. The magnitude of who she is and what she's created and that whole type of thing. I think that it's probably frustrating for her, as on top of being able to sing the way that she can, for her to be Ray J's sister. Right.
For niggas to really be calling her Ray J's sister. Like, it is definitely the other way around. That is Brandy brother. Why
a lot of that, like me, I actually really came out of Whitney's womb and... we've been keeping it a secret. Like, I think that's where a lot of that comes from. Is just like, man. Like Whitney Houston, the vocal, like the voice, the vocal god.
Yes.
Whitney
Houston invented vocals.
I'm her baby. So clearly,
you niggas need to give me my respect. Yeah. I guess, but I just, I see what you're saying. I just want her to...
Same.
To get past. That's a thing you have to, that's an insecurity that I feel like it takes work to get past, Not
everybody does. And age, time, experience doesn't always get rid of it either. Some people just are that way naturally, and there could be a whole lot of stuff that's going on in her camp and her family life and stuff like that that's just stimulating that even more. So I try to give her a break, but it's like, Brandy, like things like this, like you could have easily just been like, girl, y'all are just gonna be mad because you want to. Like, it's not that deep. I'm not gonna waste all of these clicks. So, but hey,
well, all right. God bless her anyway. How's Saray?
Her daughter?
Yeah.
Singing.
Is she?
Mm.
Oh,
Her daughter got a voice.
Of course she does.
She does. Like,
of fucking course.
Sounds a bit like her.
Brandy
actually.
probably had that child when she was 2 in her lifetime. Now match mommy's pitch. Love.
Why are you down there? Did you ever see that clip of
yes.
that?
Why are you all the way down when I'm up here?
All right. So next, I'm sorry. Justin Bieber canceled about 14 remaining dates of his tour.
Yay.
World tour. Same. Apparently because he is working on rededicating his life to Jesus Christ.
What?
He's been photographed a lot lately with an unnecessarily fine pastor named Carl Lentz, alleged pastor. I don't know anything about.
I was gonna say pastor, and he that fine. Something's up.
Like fine, shirtless, tattooed, absolutely.
All right.
Like I don't know. I googled him. He's apparently a pastor for a Hillsong Church, New York, but it's one of like 12 branches, like Chipotle or something, or like a like Nobu or
so they
Nando's.
have like a bunch of campuses. And
They're
stuff?
all over the world. So he runs, I guess, the New York division and has been spending a lot of time with the Biebs.
Oh, he has a wife. Oh, he's white.
He has a wife, a child, or children maybe, and he doesn't mind getting shirtless, and he really loves sports, and everything manly. I don't know.
So Hillsong is where all the celebrities and hipsters and cool kids go to church on Sundays. I had never heard
of this.
Isn't
it? It's either in Brooklyn or like the Lower East Side or Tribeca.
Oh, I think you're right. I think you are right. I think they do have a chapter, a location, a campus in Brooklyn.
Scared.
So
I don't even want to say too much, honestly, because if he got eyes and ears out in these streets.
I mean, I don't think it's like there's one on 34th Street.
Culty.
What, in Midtown? God lives in Midtown?
No, ma'am. Let me tell you where I won't be
on a Sunday. Because the trains is fucked up on Sunday.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, no, it's right.
I hope the offering plate is on Venmo because.
Yeah, it's on 34th between 8th and 9th.
What?
Y'all got me fucked up. I'm not going all the way down there for church.
In my life. Please.
Not all these black churches Harlem got. You think I'm going to take my ass to Midtown?
You know what?
On peak tourist day on top of that?
My God pays good attention to this praise right uptown.
Yep. He
like, he accepts it right up there, too.
The Lord said Sunday's a day for rest, and that means I do not have to get on a train.
Why would I want to be tired?
Just getting there.
Just getting to church.
No, God bless whatever they doing though.
I'll be up like, Pastor Lentz, say an extra prayer for me to get out of here and get back home. We're all gonna need it.
I know they stream. They gotta stream their church services.
Oh, this is a streamed church down. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch their next service to see what it's giving. I see him. Is this the church?
I wonder, is it like a Joel Osteen type of situation where you basically just go to feel better about yourself?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. Look, I'm trying to be careful because God is possibly involved.
I mean, yeah.
But if this is, I see
I don't want to disrespect
people,
nobody's religion.
I see black people in the choir.
It's just anytime there's too many celebrities involved, you automatically have to think, okay, how cultish is this? You
know, it's weird because every time I see jeans in church, I get really uncomfortable.
And growing
up, I always wanted to be able to just wear my damn jeans to church.
Me too.
And now when I see people wearing like casual clothes, like Letterman's and New Era shorts and shit to church, I'm just like, this doesn't feel like gospel. Like, this doesn't feel like God is here.
I mean, it's one thing for me for the people of the church, like the constituents, the churchgoers, the parishioners to show up and whatever. Mm-hmm. But the preacher,
just everybody,
it just throws me. And I've been to a couple of churches that are like that, and it's not, oh my God, y'all's message is awful, and this
it's
place should be burned down. Yeah,
I just feel weird.
I like my man. I like my preacher in a pantsuit. If it's a lady, or a regular suit.
That's right.
A robe always works. I'm always here for robes.
I'm partial to a robe.
The nigga on the organ need to be in a robe. I'm just saying, I like a certain, I'm just accustomed to pastors and preachers being dressed in suits for church. Like, that is just, so when they out here in like they acoustic guitars,
cultural wall. That's what that is.
There's just a blockage here where I don't really get what y'all are doing, but it's reaching others, so amen.
Right, that's what I was gonna say, because apparently this guy is he tries to reach people in a different way. I don't know how it was worded, but I guess that's the whole thing. Like, being able to just come as you are and, you know, celebrate and get the word and praise God in a more formal way, I guess, is easier. Like Sister Act.
Oh, they have 4 Sunday services. 10, 12:35, and 7:30.
Let me tell you what Pastor Lentz does not do. Fly coach, fly commercial. Like, so
see, and that's another question I have when I look at preachers. How well are you doing versus how well are your people doing? How much money do you have versus how much money do the people who are giving the money have?
I always try to just leave that alone, because I feel like almost any church you go to, I feel like I don't even want to know. Like, just leave me out of that. You blessed, make sure that I'm leaving out of here feeling blessed too. It ain't got to be financially, because that's your business.
Right.
But as long as as long as that message and that scripture is outweighing, like, so pass that to your neighbor. Yeah. Then I don't care. And again, I don't want to play too many games with this, because this could be a real dope church. I'm sure lots of people have gotten there. And if it's going to take a nigga who look like, you know, a PacSun model to bring Justin Bieber closer to Christ, well, I am all for it.
Is he the reason that Justin Bieber stopped doing coke on ATVs and pissing all over yards and graffiti and shit? Because he was out here being reckless.
Fully.
And
then we're assuming he stopped.
That's true. At least stop getting caught.
But he has been hanging out with this guy a lot. It looks like they go surfing. They get shirtless together a lot. A lot of people have been, I don't want to say that that's inappropriate, because again, he serves the Lord apparently. But people have been inappropriate. And now, you know, Justin Bieber axed a whole bunch of shows. Lots of fans are getting refunds. Tour crew is out of jobs and stuff like that. He don't care. And people are assuming that he's doing all of this because, you know, the Lord told him to.
So God don't want him to tour?
Maybe God wants him to stay off of the road for a bit, drink lots of water. Maybe God wants him to detox. Maybe God wants him to stop calling women out of their name if he does that. Maybe God wants him to pee in a toilet. Maybe God wants him to do things that he needs to focus on off of the road.
Wow.
Touring is stressful. Look, girl, we do just a tiny bit of it. And these motherfuckers have to know steps, hit notes, do it every night for months and months and months. So I'm not... Get your life together. I hope you're actually doing that, because I don't know nothing about any of these churches. But I wasn't going anyway, so I'm not heartbroken. And if this means you're going to change your life, thumbs up.
He's been touring for a long ass time. I remember when he canceled the meet and greets on his tour last year because he said the energy from all those people was draining him or something like that. Amen. And so he canceled the meet and greet portion of the tour. But if that nigga has still been on tour all this time, then I could understand him being like, okay, no, I'm not doing 14 more dates. I've been on tour since 2015. Like, leave me alone.
I think he started this tour in March as well.
Oh, so this is a newer one then, because I thought he had been on tour for a long time.
It's called the Purpose Tour.
Maybe. Oh yeah, no, the Purpose. What? That fucking tour has been going on forever.
Or maybe he started this leg of it in March of last year.
It started March 9th, 2016.
Okay, there you go.
So he's been on tour for about April, May, June. Yeah, about a year and 3 or 4 months. Yeah, that's a long time. I don't think
this may not even have anything to do with the Lord.
This may just be the Lord told me to sit I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm making a lot of money.
If I keep going, I may fall out.
Hasn't he fallen out on stage before? I think he has.
Despacito is.
It is, and I can't help. I'm sorry. When I'm drunk and at a bar or something, I do be like,
when I'm drunk and at the grocery store, because you know I live on the east side.
It's just a catchy tune.
So that's pretty much just the theme song of being outside. Like, you walk outside and it's just, Despacito. And I'm just like, damn, I gotta learn how to say this.
Well, apparently he don't know the words either.
Oh yeah, he definitely don't.
He tried to do a performance like, did you not bother to learn these Spanish words?
Of course not.
Somebody just say, here, say it like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know Spanish, so let me not fuck up y'all's language.
I just say la. You know, or I say quiet.
This is how we do it down in Puerto Rico.
What if that's what it is?
It is. That's what he says. Well, I don't know if that's the same lyric, but the Latino man also on the track, who I don't know, says that's one of the lines.
It's Daddy Yankee and.
Okay.
I think the other person's name is Lewis.
Anyway, that damn Despacito, that's a catchy little bop.
It is a bop.
It is.
It is definitely boppy.
So he's doing just fine. You know, he doesn't really have to tour. I'm sure his team is mad because, you know, refunds and canceled dates and lost deposits, but...
I will take this over many other headlines that Justin Bieber could have possibly made. Whether Justin Bieber left this tour to go and pray or left it to go and nap.
Yeah.
Either way, it is better than what it could have been. So it's fine with me. And
this tour made $256 million.
I mean...
Fine. He's fine.
I mean, unless you just haven't seen it yet. So.
Who hasn't seen it, right? It sounds like this nigga went all over the world doing Purpose.
A lot of these people will probably have seen it and are going again or something, but maybe not, because I know a lot of them were, I think they said he had some dates in Singapore and Philippines and some other places, but he was definitely banned in China.
Oh, so, really?
I don't know if they canceled those dates prior or what, but he had some international, like Singapore, Philippines, and someplace else overseas. So I don't know, but whatever. Good for you. If you're praying and speaking to the Lord or whoever it is y'all serve.
I hope it is the Lord.
I hope it is a crisp Jesus. But, you know, as long as you're not doing anything evil.
Even just the spirit of sitting down somewhere and minding your business and drinking some water. His friend was talking about that on the friend zone. Just the spirit of sitting down somewhere and doing some heavy breathing and focusing on yourself and chilling the fuck out. Right?
It's an extension of God. It's my favorite one.
It's never a bad idea. Quietness is next to godliness.
I will say that until put it on my rock. Like... When I'm dead and gone, that's what I want.
Put a shh.
Right. That's just, look, it's going to feel like happiest I ever been. So silent.
It is so quiet in here. You niggas are finally not on my nerves.
That's literally, I think I'm going to get that. So Malia Michelle is a stripper and ex-girlfriend of Drake. Over the weekend, Drake had, I don't know if this was in Houston, but he did some shit at a club where he hung up some jerseys. I guess in sports worlds, they do that for people.
They hang your jersey from the rafters when you retire, yes.
Okay, so that is what he did, but with strippers. So one of them, one of them was Lyra Galore, who's famous for dating Rick Ross, who we will get to. The other is Miracle Watts, and then he also hung up a Malia Michelle jersey in this club. Now, Lyra Galore and Miracle Watts were there. Malia Michelle was not. In fact, I don't even. If this was in Houston, I don't even think that she lives there anymore. But besides that, she decided to hop on Instagram after all of this happened and basically said, just so you know, I am still dancing. The caption says, contrary to social media news, no man can retire me. I'm shaking this ass into a wheelchair.
Yes, sis.
Malia will retire Malia. Or Malaya. I don't know how to say it.
Oh, it's Malaya.
Okay.
According to them little niggas.
No, thanks for clarifying. I don't know. So Malaya, hashtag Malaya Mondays. And then she posted a flyer for Ace of Diamonds. And I think this is not the Amber Rose one. I'm still not sure. I don't know how that works.
Ace of Diamonds, not the Amber Rose one.
So after that, she got on Twitter and here is her release. It says, all right, I have to say something, and it's from the bottom of my heart.
Say it, sis.
I will be 34 in December. Do you know how good it feels to be able to walk in the club with girls 10 years plus younger than me? Now you know what, like...
Yeah, no.
10 years anyway.
Let her.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Let her do it.
And still be that bitch. Y'all and say what you... Y'all can say what you want or think what you want, but I call that blessed. And I was overweight. So
what?
So this can be a career. She talked the other day about, I think this was her, saying that she was struggling with gaining a little bit of weight at one point or maybe feeling insecure about it. And I think that she said something slick to Lauren London, who was later... I could be wrong. I don't know. I be half paying attention to the petty shit these days. And then I'm 100% high. But whatever.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So this can be a career if you take care of yourself. Pay taxes and save your money. That's always great advice.
Great advice.
Take yourself seriously, even in a club environment. Don't be the drunk high bitch trying to fit in, be above everyone else. Now, I'm going to skip to this shit.
Well, read me then.
Y'all don't know, that nigga been trying to make me stop dancing. That nigga being Drake.
Right.
Always putting me down about it. Always telling me I'm not better than anyone else in the club selling ass instead of dancing. But nigga can't stay out the club. Y'all just don't know. My only regret is ever trying to explain how much I love dancing and thinking so highly of him that I let his opinion of me mold my opinion of myself. Fuck that and fuck you if you got a problem. I remember pleading with him to understand. I said, Beyonce wears the same kind of stuff I wear. This nigga got mad and told me not to compare myself to Beyonce.
Oh, God. This nigga got mad. I could see Drake instantly being incensed.
Too. That's the best part because everybody can. Beyonce.
Are you really going to do Beyonce, sweetie? I'm so sorry.
You know he turned to like the wall or something and said that. Beyonce, sweetie.
Beyonce, oh my God. Bitch, did you really just bring up... Bitch, I can call Beyonce right now. Did you really just bring up Beyonce talking about how I don't want you to be in a club no more? You really just did that.
So...
I'm with her, though.
A lot of people have, feelings about this story. So, first of all, I just want to say that it had to have been shade on Drake's part to hang up their jersey, which makes the whole thing worse. They did not end things on good terms, clearly.
Yeah,
so
because the other girls were like excited.
They were there,
thanks, Drake.
Reposted it, shout out to the boy, quoting Bodak Yellow.
My jersey.
I don't gotta dance, I make money moves. But they were so excited about it.
They were hyped.
She, on the other hand, was not. And that it was clearly shade if she, A, is still dancing and B, was not there. So why do it, Well, I think she's right about Drake just being an asshole. And it fits, that whole story fits in line with what I imagine Drake's personality to be like. Just kind of like this, publicly this likable, really popular rapper, and he's cute. And everybody's just like, oh, Aubrey, oh, light skin, makes great jams. Right.
Yeah, just like everybody loves him.
Yeah.
But then, he talks about worshiping these strippers, but in real life, it's just like, I know I love you because you're a stripper, but stop doing that because you're degrading yourself or whatever. I could absolutely see Drake acting like that with those
Drake
girls. Definitely
goes to the strip club even when he was
rescue
broke.
them.
Right. Even when he was broke, he was probably like, I can't wait to save these bitches. So now that he can,
they
it's
just
probably
need a good nigga like me.
Frustrating to him that a girl that he dated or whatever is just like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't need you for anything.
I like stripping. I make a lot of money. I'm not going to chill out.
I don't need anybody to change my lifestyle. Like, I like this. It's fun to me.
Yeah.
So
that line about can't no nigga retire me, that spoke to my heart. I said, that's right, sis. That nigga don't get to hang up your jersey. You take off them clear heels when you feel like
you are ready.
That's right, God damn it.
Like, the fuck these niggas thought.
Right.
I'm
Drake
shaking my ass into a wheelchair was my favorite part.
I mean, let that girl live and have bodily autonomy and make her own choices over her life and what she's going to do with herself. Drake don't get to retire her. She's right. She gets to decide when she's going to sit down or if she's going to sit down. So
right.
I just feel like, he did that to provoke that response.
Probably.
Otherwise, he would have not, if he had a jersey made for her, he just wouldn't have had them hang it up.
Right.
So I don't know. He probably texted her like, you ain't even have to do all that on the internet. You could have called me. I love you. I got mad love for you. This. Bullshit. Lying.
Really?
Nigga.
Yeah. I could see it.
Me too.
I could absolutely see it.
It's a blueprint out there.
It's just really sad because stripping stripping, in my opinion, is a really, really, really powerful job. Like, it's the fact that you just in all of your nakedness are like, don't care. This is my body.
Yep.
It is what it is. And your nigga is going to come out here and spend y'all's money.
Your rent.
On it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for me being on stage, not to mention if I shake my ass in his lap for a little bit and I get to take all of that money home and do whatever I want with it. Just being like a woman, just being a naked woman, having these titties, having my vagina, and having the freedom and the comfort in myself to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna shake this ass up here and be naked, like, while I go and do whatever else I'm doing on the side, if I'm doing anything else on the side because I want to. It's just, to me, I've always looked at strippers like that's the ability to seduce a nigga or to just, you know, be a woman.
Right.
And niggas will come out here and throw their money at you just for that.
Money they definitely cannot afford to lose.
Right. Most of them. So I think that's probably a big part of the reason why so much, I mean, besides men just being men and niggas just being niggas, I think that's a part of the reason why a lot of misogyny takes place in the strip club and in that environment, that whole culture, because I feel like someone has to like remind these women that they're worthless, because that power, having the power of just knowing what your pussy could do, even when you don't give it to anybody, like, oh no, we got to keep some order here. So I'm going to make sure I'm coming in here. I'm changing your life, bitch. No, I'm changing yours, because you come here every weekend and order them same lemon pepper wings and watch me dance.
You do.
And I get to go home and pay my rent, and you got to go home and explain to Keisha why your baby ain't got no motherfucking mechanical pencils next week. So, like, who's changing who? Like, what are you talking about?
Right. When your gas light come on Wednesday because you didn't fill up the tank because you gave that last $20 to me. And now you making it to work on fumes. That's not going to be none of my business.
Now, of course, plenty of girls do go into the strip club and, you know, maybe they are looking for a Drake or whoever to come in there and change their life.
Yeah.
Or, you know, quote unquote, save them or whatever. And I feel like if that's what you want to do, if you want to China it up, do that shit too. I just don't think it's that big a deal. But at some point, we have to stop acting like strippers are just scummy bitches, and you don't deserve no kind of respect.
Desperate, sad girls who are just like, oh, I'm only doing this because I have no other option.
I don't know what else to do.
There are a lot of women, of course, in shitty circumstances who are doing stripping and other kinds of sex work and that sort of thing just based off circumstances in their lives. But there are also plenty of women who are just like, I'm fine and I'm going to get this money. So here I go. That's it, you know? And so I just feel like if you feel empowered by your stripping, then do that. And it takes a certain amount of nerve and bravery to stand up to a nigga like Drake, who does have, you know, the whole internet on his side, to be like, you actually don't get to say that. Like, it's my decision what I do, so you can take your little musty jersey and go on somewhere.
Right. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
The fact that he really was like, I'm just going to hang it up. I'm just going to do it. You done.
Like, what?
Nigga, I'm not done.
I don't understand. I mean, if that girl wants to continue stripping for as long as she does, then that's just, I don't see why niggas gotta feel like I don't see why it's above understanding that plenty of these women are stripping because they genuinely want to. They don't have a problem with it.
Right.
They recognize that it's not anything to be ashamed of, and they're going to have fun. And on top of that, they don't need anything from you, but for you to know that if you come in here, you're spending money. Like, that's it. That's really
that
it.
Is
like,
true.
Ain't no women just stripping because it's simply fun and that's just it. No, like, come in here, you know what to do with them fucking ones, and then you beat it. Like, we ain't coming here because we just love y'all so much and can't wait to get naked for niggas.
Oh God, that reminds me of the first season of Insecure when Lawrence went to the strip club to hide his pain.
Yeah.
And he was in the room with that stripper and was all shocked when she was like, it's $500 for head or whatever.
Yeah.
He was like, what? Like, did you think she just liked you so much, Lawrence?
Yeah, you're so great and so special. And in the moment I saw you.
She's not rubbing her pussy on you for the fun of it.
Do you know where you're at?
You got to pay for this, right?
Like, come on. And this shit has been going on since the dawn of time. There's so much like strength and power and everything and just being female that it's really ridiculous that niggas still are trying to make it seem like, oh, there's like, you gonna go back to a strip club. Like, whether or not Malaya retires, you gonna go right back into the strip club.
Right.
And be doing the same antics with the next one, you know?
Right.
So.
How awful can stripping be if you support it so much?
And spend so much money on it. And rap about how much you spend money on it.
It's not like you're out here on an anti-stripping crusade trying to get all the girls into school or like some kind of vocational program. Like, you're not out here trying to rehab strippers.
You're not set up outside
call
of
center jobs or something, right?
Just waiting for them to come out so you can give them a pamphlet.
Let me give you an opportunity to get out of the club. No, your ass is in there, paying their rent and then some. So, how mad can you really be about it?
It is illogical to me to be so enamored with these women that you will spend the amount of money that you spend on them all of the time, then in the same breath act like they're completely worthless and like they're mooches.
And she said he used to put her down, like, I guess talk bad about her for stripping, which is just like, you wouldn't even know who I was if it wasn't for stripping. So how awful can it really be if you love me so much and I'm in your life now because of it? But niggas, you know, so...
Woo. Last but not least, another woman has come forward to discuss Usher's Smell and Taste, and it's not looking good. So, just over the weekend, after news broke that the Usher is out here gushing.
Why are you like that?
Green. We won't do it again.
Yeah, no, we don't have to.
So I guess some woman who slept with Usher not too long ago was like, word? Because we fucked twice. She says one of the times that they slept together was protected, which, as we discussed, doesn't always make a huge difference.
Right.
But another time they slept together in New Orleans, I believe, she says it was unprotected. So she already hit that nigga over the head with a $10 million civil suit.
Wow.
Because he did not disclose his status. Clearly had to know because he had already settled. Damn. And so she wanted money for it. Let me see the exact things here because it actually gets way worse than this.
Well, I think it's a crime.
Absolutely. For negligence, battery, and emotional distress.
Oh, God.
So then she hiked that up more recently to $20 million.
Oh.
Because apparently she got tested and received a positive result.
Oh, my God.
On Saturday. So Usher admitted in the documents, the previous documents, that he has herpes simplex 2. I can't say that I know the differences between them, besides that I hope to keep them as far away from me forever.
Is it like the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes?
I can't answer that. I don't know, but I know I have always known that there are different, I don't know if you would call them strains.
Maybe type 1 is like the
whatever.
mouth sores and type 2 is like the STD type.
I don't know.
Because herpes is different types of viruses,
I think that one of them may be like, I think it has a lot to do with the breakout.
Okay.
Like maybe how often or how bad the breakout is, or if you get breakouts at all, or what. I don't really know.
Usher is crazy for being out here fucking women raw after you have already...
You already know.
Nigga, are you kidding?
Like, what is this happening?
Right.
What?
Like, I don't understand. Like, do you not know that you're rich and famous and eventually this is going to get out and the women that you slept with and didn't say this to are going to be suing the fuck out of you?
Oh, yeah, you do. Because you already had to pay somebody money for this.
So why are you still out here acting like that? That's what I don't understand about it. I do not get that.
I mean, I guess on one, like your Usher, you enjoy sex.
Yeah, we know.
And maybe there is a fear of someone telling everybody. I mean, but
how is that less than the fear of passing it along to someone and then everybody's going to know and you're going to lose money? So I just don't.
I don't know what's happening. Like,
the whole story, it's bad enough as it is, but for you to still be out here deliberately, because that's what it is. You know you have this.
These aren't the only two women you fucked since you found out that you've had this.
Right.
So, my God.
So you are out here on purpose having unprotected sex with people and not telling them that you have an STD. It's just, there's no excuse for it.
Like, nigga didn't even fuck with a condom and not say nothing and then be like, okay, I want to hear raw. Let me just say something to you. Like, not that still wouldn't have been horrible, but it was like, yeah.
Right.
Let's just.
It's slightly less horrible. Yeah.
I mean, no, they still are both trash. What I'm saying is, like, maybe in your nigga mind, you know how, like, so for instance, like, a lot of niggas felt like if they fucked with their boxers on, they wouldn't get crabs. You ever heard that?
Oh my God! What do they think you have to? It has
like
to
a
have
lot of
contact
niggas,
with pubes.
I guess. Like a lot of niggas. No, I've heard that a million times. The niggas would wear boxers while they were fucking because they felt like it would lessen their chances to get crabs or certain other.
But you know, it's not like
STIs.
a whole crab crawling out this woman's vagina and onto you.
I
right?
know that. You know that. Niggas may not. That's what I'm saying. So it's hard to try and find logic in things that are illogical. I try anyway, and maybe I'm wasting my time. But like, you had to have been thinking something. No person is just like, I've got herpes. All right. And they just keep living their sexual life like it's nothing. So you had to have been thinking something. I can't understand what that was. Because like you're saying, it wouldn't make... If you fuck somebody with herpes and give it to them, they're going to find out that you gave them herpes and then they're going to sue you and tell people that you have herpes.
Right.
So telling them first would make more sense. Because even if they were to be like, look, I was going to fuck Usher, but that nigga told me he had herpes, then at least you could be like, that she's lying. You know, like,
that's just hearsay.
But if I was just like, well, here are the medical bills. Yeah. Here are the photographs of my open source. Like...
we slept together. There's proof of that, or text messages or whatever, hotel receipts, key cards, whatever the fuck. Like you just.
I'm disgusted.
I'm disgusted about Usher's behavior. I really am, because that is so fucking wrong. And I really feel for all the women. God only knows how many there are, but however many women out there slept with Usher thinking, oh wow, Usher, I've loved him forever. Of course I'll give him some pussy.
And with this new haircut too, like, and you still get vagina.
I love how you act like the haircut is the worst part about it. I really do. I love
there. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, the STD thing is bad enough, but let's talk about his hair.
Let's talk about it. No, I mean,
Usher has to grow up.
And I just, if you're out there itching, I don't want you to feel like, shame on you.
Yeah, no, I mean,
because things happen, but. If you know, then be responsible. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Shit happens, and I know that probably the stigma associated with having herpes is probably a huge part of the reason why Usher felt
1,000%, absolutely,
to not say anything, but you still have a personal obligation to say something.
And a legal one. If personal ain't good enough, if you ain't on, a one-on-one page with personal, at least consider the legal obligation.
The letter of the law says you must. So, I hope these girls get their money, and I hope they find treatment options that work for them and they're able to, go on about life. And
oh my goodness, can it give you cervical cancer?
I think so. I think untreated, or if you let it go for a while. I'm not totally sure on the details on that. But I know it can affect fertility and all kinds of stuff.
A whole machine inside.
That ecosystem is really
it has
delicate.
To be fresh and like...
I mean, the slightest thing could... just having a new partner can throw off your pH balance, or, a nigga semen or whatever. Like, there's a million things.
Your whole body's like, what is this? Like,
foreign
what
fluids,
is this?
And I don't like it. So, there's so many things that could throw you off, but... It's just, I don't know. I hate to be like, oh, I am very disappointed in you, but I am. I'm disappointed in Usher that he's acting like this. I am
too. Like, my God. So, I mean, you better get a flesh jack, a fleshlight, or something.
The jokes niggas are going to be making with regard to like all of your sex music, that's probably never going to stop. So.
Oof, I hope Moesha ain't get it.
Oh, man. Did you see that video of Bernice going off on... Well, not going off on. She tried to. Fussing at Angela Yee on Bernice, the girl.
Burgos.
Yes, Burgos.
I found out how to say her name because of that interview.
Oh,
thank God,
Burgos.
Finally.
Is that how you say it?
That's how they said it. So I think so. And I heard her say it too. Voice and words. Anyway, what did she do?
So she was on the Breakfast Club talking to Angela Yee, and she was mad, I guess, because she thought Angela had talked down on her for being a bartender. And she was like, well, when Lala was here, you were talking about, well, do you even talk to the bartenders and the other girls? And da-da-da-da-da. And Angela was like,
Why are people always harassing Angela?
First of all, Charlamagne is right there, and he's the biggest asshole in the world. So why are y'all coming at Yee?
They be going off of her because she's so, like, she will let them. Like, she'll just sit there and be like,
shout
whatever.
out to Angela, right? She was like, no, I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. And I was asking because Lala is the producer of the show. So I was saying, you know, do you consult these girls outside of the show? Like, can they come talk to you about issues? Because not everybody wants to create personal bonds with the people on their TV shows.
If thought processing was something that you did,
this girl, though,
maybe...
She reached, and I mean, she reached hard.
I watched like 2 clips. One was about her talking about dating Drake, and the other one was about her and T.I. and Tiny. And both of those times, it was very clear that she was lying. So I didn't watch anything else.
Oh yeah, she wasn't even that mad when niggas called her a homewrecker. But I'm gonna play this part for you.
Oh, but I did see the beginning, I saw a part where she said she doesn't like being called a video vixen. She prefers urban model.
But Angela,
I said, girl, what?
Angela never called her a video vixen either. So it was just like, where did you get this? But yeah.
Homewrecker, and you and Tiny had some back and forth commentary. A lot of people were jumping into it, but you're saying you only got...
She looks so empty-headed.
Her head's pretty. That's all that matters.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could... You know, people need to stop just because I'm pretty. Just because they so-called say...
Just because I'm pretty?
Because they so-called say.
Stop with this video vixen shit. It's not video vixen. We not... You know, the other day, you know, Lala was here or whatever, and you know, I heard the interview, and you was saying
she sounds nervous.
She sounds right, either nervous or like somebody on Instagram said you should be mad at Angela Yee because she said this about bartenders and former strippers, and
probably
so
someone who bartends.
She sounds like somebody who was told she should be mad, but cannot articulate why she is mad. And so it's just like, you coming at Angela, and then, of course, Power is playing all the clips from when Lala was on. Like, nope, that's not what she said.
That's not what happened at all.
Nope, not that either. So it's
check.
just like, how are you really pissed at this girl for not saying something? Like, she didn't even put you down. She never once said, oh, bartenders and strippers. It was never
the
like
trash
that.
of society.
It was just like, these girls, which that is why you are on the show. And so at a later point, Angela is like, yeah, I asked her about the bartenders because, that's what it is. And she was like, it's entrepreneurs. Sis, it's not...
What?
Like, girl, it's
She's
not
absurd.
your bar.
Right, girl, you don't what?
You don't own the bar. But Angela was like, right, so they're on the show because they're bartenders. Like, that is why you're on the show. That is why they were selected to be on the show, because they're Instagram famous and they are bartending in strip clubs or regular clubs or whatever else. And that is why.
She makes me tired.
It's almost like people have called her a bartender in like a mean way for so long. She just projected that onto Angela, when Angela was like, I'm literally just doing my job.
She's just a very pretty girl, and she's one of these very pretty
she's
girls.
37.
She's a very pretty grown-ass aunt, and she's 37.
Yeah. And
bitch.
absolutely beautiful, but 37 years old.
So I think that she just kind of is trying to have like the Bernice brand. Like that, she probably don't even have no issues with Angela. Either somebody did tell her something like that, or she was just like, I need to have like a thing, like I need to have a moment on here that people will quote, or I need to have something that people will talk about. Because other than the T.I. and Tiny thing, which again I'm certain she was lying about, what else is there to ask this girl? She's gonna be on this show or whatever.
Why are you on Breakfast Club?
Like, for what? What are we here to talk about? She's so frustrating. Because I think that she probably does also have a lot of people say that you're just a pretty face, and maybe that's hard to hear. But you also don't need to make up things to make it seem like you do more than you do.
Attack somebody who actually comes for you. That is not what Angela Yee did at all. And then Charlamagne Captain Save a Hoe in the back piping up like, you just don't like the stigma associated with bartender. I'm like, so you know stigma now? So now you know stigma. I haven't even watched when Jen and Mock went on The Breakfast Club because I know they're going to say something fucking ignorant.
I didn't. I'm really sorry. I couldn't do it for that same reason. I was too afraid. Maybe it went well. Hopefully it did. I didn't hear anything bad. So
I think it was bad. I saw Janet the day before she went on the show and I said, I'm going to tell you right now, I have tried to teach Charlamagne. I have. About trans issues specifically. I have talked to this nigga. But it's a great chance he's going to say something ignorant as shit. And I just want you to know, like, please don't blame me for that. Please don't be mad at me if he says something awful. Fair. I am so sorry. And they probably did. Between him and Envy, somebody probably did say something transphobic and none of their business.
Oh, because Envy
asked her about her genitals or something.
Do you remember what did he say to Young and May? Oh my God. He said something. Envy said something so
I remember that.
Stupid.
She was so clearly uncomfortable.
About being like a dom.
Something about her dicks.
I don't remember what it was. It was something so dumb and basic. Like,
yeah.
Did you always dress like this? I don't remember. I mean, not misquote him, but he said something. I remember watching the interview being like, did this nigga really ask her this on that? Like, were they supposed to cut this out and nobody told them or?
See, it doesn't surprise me. So I'm sure they said something inappropriate to Jen and I'm just trying to get I
just don't want to know.
My inner strength up enough to watch it because I know whatever it was, something fucked up happened.
Let's have faith.
So, I mean, maybe, but niggas.
But yeah, there's that and such which Usher. Don't be a gusher. Usher, gusher.
No, I see what you did there.
No one will ever eat a green gusher again.
All right, let's take a break.
Hey guys, support for this week's episode of The Read is coming from Blue Apron. For less than $10 a meal, Blue Apron delivers seasonal recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients right to your door. So that's pretty much how it works. You can go on to the line and you can get guaranteed fresh ingredients all set up perfectly proportioned and sent right to your home with everything you need to make delicious dishes. The meals for July are perfect for the summer. They include seared chicken and creamy pasta salad with summer squash and sweet peppers, creamy shrimp rolls with quick pickles. I love a quick pickle. And sweet potato wedges, fresh basil, fettuccine pasta with sweet corn and Cuban bell peppers and chili butter. I wanted to say child butter, but chili butter steaks with Parmesan potatoes and spinach. All of this sounds absolutely amazing. You can check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals for free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/theread. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron, so don't wait. That's blueapron.com/theread. Enjoy a better way to cook with Blue Apron. Tell them we sent you, and let's move on.
All right, welcome back. We are so excited, honored, thrilled today to be speaking to a true legend, not just in the Black community, but just period. This man is certainly on legendary status, has influenced decades of people at this point, and so it is just I'm kind of starstruck right now to even have you in front of us. But we are joined by Mr. LeVar Burton today. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, I'm trying not to do the Donald Glover meme.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really, kid?
Yeah.
Just a little. Just give it a little taste. Whoa.
See, I'm very good at it. I'm good at it. I was just, I watch TV.
Wow.
But yes, thanks so much
How
for
are
coming.
you?
This is crazy.
I'm very well, and thank you all for the invitation. I'm a fan, and I'm happy to be here.
Which doesn't even...
That does not make sense.
How can you
not?
I
What?
cannot understand this.
Really? Because I just got into this podcasting universe, and it's been important for me to find out who's who and what's what in the podcasting world, and y'all were highly recommended.
Oh wow!
My assistant Jerry Howard made sure that I knew who y'all were.
Shout out to Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Look at you. Good looking out.
It's my Doug Stamper right there.
That's crazy.
Yes, he is.
Well, you've got a podcast of your own now.
I do.
LeVar Burton Reads, which I'm saying it's the podcast I should have known I needed.
Right. It is I was thinking that.
It just makes sense.
Yes, it is the podcast people need to listen to, and they don't realize it until they've heard it. Like, all my life, I have been waiting to hear LeVar Burton read short stories and excerpts to me. Yes.
It's just amazing. And I heard on the first episode, you called it like a reading rainbow for adults.
Yeah.
Which I thought was perfect.
Well, it's pretty much. I mean, not that was my intention to make a reading rainbow for adults, but I really love reading aloud. And and people have asked me about addressing an audience of adults for a long time. My wife is like, she's just worn me out over the years. When are you going to do something for adults? When are you going to do something for adults? And it was just time. The timing was right. I had my eye on the podcasting space. And the last several years, the last 5-6 years, I've really been sort of immersed in the business of Reading Rainbow. We brought it back for the digital generation. We created an app and did a Kickstarter and created a product for teachers to use in the classrooms and expanded beyond our iPad app to Android and yada, yada, yada. And I just really needed something creative, something from me that was unconnected to the business of Reading Rainbow.
Right.
And this just made sense. It was a simple idea. And from conception to production, it was just a matter of a couple of months.
Wow.
Right?
Your episode where you read from What Happens When a Man Falls from the Sky. I had purchased that book and hadn't started it yet. I have a long list of books on my list. Oh my goodness. Hearing you read the story though.
Leslie Neka Arima. Y'all,
I have to pick this up.
Remember this name, Leslie Neka Arima. This woman can write.
Yes.
She can write.
But what I love about the show, it is not just you just reading into a microphone. There's lots of sound design and effects that go into it.
And music.
Immersion.
Yeah. Exactly.
It really puts you in the story.
That's it.
Really does.
That's our intention. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to create a storytelling experience utilizing one of the most basic modalities of storytelling there is, reading aloud.
Right. And as a nerd, I was, first of all, I have a nerd with very, very short attention span. So it's been hard for me to kind of to find a lot of other programs that I really can get into every week, because that's why I struggle with people like obsessing over this show being so long, because I'm like, how do you pay attention to something for 2 hours?
Right?
But
that's real.
Y'all can talk.
Yes, that's like really I really was trying to force us to shut up, and people were like, "What the hell is wrong with you? 2 hours is fine. Give us another one." Like, so it's great to me. Like, I got right off the bat. First of all, being like reintroduced to short fiction and getting like 35 minutes right from jump into the story, and then it's like a science fiction story, so all of the effects for the voices and everything is just I felt like I could just close my eyes and I was there. So I love it like right away.
Yeah, I do too. I heard Audible ads on the show and I thought, has there ever been anything more perfect than an Audible ad on LeVar Burton reads?
That's a pretty good fit.
So what is the process like for putting together a new episode? Do you say, hey, I really loved this book or this author and I want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's that. And I have a wonderful producer, Julia Smith, who brings me stories. And I read. I read constantly. Right. And I love it. And some of the stories are stories that I have encountered in the past, like Ken, the first episode by Bruce McAllister.
So good.
It was a favorite short story of mine. I read a lot of science fiction. That's like my go-to body. When I'm reading for pure pleasure and enjoyment, it's generally science fiction, right? And so it's a combination of things that I bring to the table, things that Julie, my producer, brings to the table, and like I say at the beginning of every episode, the only thing these stories have in common is that I love them. And I do. And I want to read them aloud because it'll be fun for me, right? There's something in it that moves me.
I love when you switch up the voices for the characters and stuff like that. I'm just
that has to be such a blast to be able to voice all
what
these
I
different
needed.
characters.
Yes.
And get these effects to do all of these different things. So it doesn't just like a lot of times I'm not even realizing I'm listening to your voice because of everything that was
There's
done.
There's so much going on. Yeah.
So what is like the process of those like effects, and what do you like? what do you think? Do you sit down with your producers and go over like how everything's going to sound?
Our sound designer is a genius, Adam Dybert, and he does his thing. Julie and I go into the studio. We do the record, an intro and an outro, and the ads and the credits, and then Adam does his thing.
Wow.
Adam's there, Dwayne.
Go, Adam. Adam is Dwayne is our editor, producer,
Right?
and when you hear random sound effects or if Kid Fury's voice has an effect on it in the beginning or something like that,
Dwayne.
we did not ask for that. Dwayne was like, "This needs a little jazz."
I listened to him just like magic. I didn't even ask for this.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How do you choose from like all of the different books that you clearly read all the time? What makes you say this one has to go on the show?
I'm looking to create a season that has variety.
Mm-hmm.
I like bouncing around in genres. I want to keep the audience off balance, not knowing what's going to come next week. Finishing one episode and saying that was great. I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what he's going to read next week. It's the juiciness of anticipation, that I'm looking for.
Even the way you use words, I'm just sitting here like, yes.
Right.
Anticipation is juicy.
So that's it's nothing more complex than that. It's just I am doing this for me,
Right.
and sharing it with everybody else.
Okay. And so, first of all, I have to really quickly say that I had a personal joy when I saw and heard about this. It was via Twitter, and I just saw the cover first.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, so just let me get it out, because like, our show is called The Read because
Yes.
of the way that we
Right.
speak.
Yeah.
So
Right.
our reading is more so unpacking and letting you know you are incorrect.
Right.
Understood.
And so it was just great for me because it was like, yes, this is about to be a great show, because why wouldn't LeVar Burton read to people? But then also because your face on the cover looks like you're saying, I'm about to unpack and tell you that you're incorrect.
Right.
So it's just like two amazing things collided for me spiritually. Because I was like, LeVar Burton's about to read to me, and also it looks like LeVar Burton will read you.
Yes, it does.
I was like,
that's the beauty of that photo.
Did you tweet that?
I did.
You did tweet that.
I did.
You did tweet that.
I did.
I remember that tweet.
I'm pretty
kid.
sure.
I remember that
wow.
tweet.
Our producer actually
that
said
tweet.
to us, our producer was like, oh, so, LeVar Burton, what do you guys think? And we were like, yes.
Why would he want to do this trash show?
Right. Like, of course.
That was the first question.
And I told that story. I was like, if I get to sit in front of LeVar Burton and tell him how great that was for me. And the producer Chris was like, I think he knows. Like, they told me that he saw it already. And I was like, oh God. Oh no. I wanted it to come out of my mouth.
I didn't want him to already know that about me.
Yeah. He said yes. He said yes.
Yeah, he was
Y'all.
like,
He said yes.
he doesn't have a problem at all coming through.
Wow. Still can't believe it. Thank you for being here. So most of our listeners probably were first made aware of you on Reading Rainbow as the iconic host of that show. How often do you hear from some of your younger fans about how Reading Rainbow has affected them or their children in childhood and beyond?
Every day.
Every day?
No.
Every day.
Like every single, but
I
how
have
can you
received my
not?
life.
What are some, I want to know what are some things that people, because I feel like celebrities don't get to do this very often, but on our show, you absolutely can.
Yeah, you
I want to know
definitely can.
some of the things that's just kind of like, hey, people, maybe you can stop doing this. Like, is there something that's maybe like a little too much, or like, okay, look, stop calling me Kunta, or
No,
is it
it's
like,
not-
no, you came in here and called yourself Kunta.
I refer to myself as Kunta freely.
Yes.
Because I can.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Are you getting what this man is giving? What?
I'm having a blast.
You might as well have just thrown the mic across the room.
Right. Honestly, you should have just smacked the mic from in front of you and left.
Because I'm LeVar Burton, bitch.
Boom.
No, but is there like, are you like one of these? I feel like there are a lot of people who just don't mind and just embrace everyone.
But here's the thing, y'all. I love my fans. I do. And it is.
We hate y'all.
It's,
I'm kidding.
and
That's just you.
and it's cool. It's all love. Look, I recognize that I am the part of the childhood, or at least a sweet spot of the childhood of a lot of people that I encounter. And it hasn't always been this way. It's only because y'all have grown up now and become adults that I'm having these wonderful experiences with because when I started the show in 1983, y'all were kids.
Or not born.
Or
I was considered.
Or not born. You were -3, 4, 5?
83, 4.
Yeah, you were -4.
-4.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I was about a year old.
I hate
so.
you.
I had to.
I hate you so much right now.
I was considered. I had to have been talked about, you know? Around
no,
maybe.
4 years out, probably not.
Nah. They weren't even studying.
Yeah, no, they weren't thinking about my ass back then. But I still got the enrichment of Reading Rainbow.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was one of the few television shows my mother would allow me to watch.
Wow.
And so it really was part of my early love of books and reading. I started reading at a very young age. And to see a Black man on TV talking about books was just like, it was just monumental for me. So it doesn't surprise me that people are still coming up to you like, thanks to you, my kids actually enjoy reading.
Or I enjoy reading, which I love.
Yeah.
Or I'm a writer today because of Reading Rainbow. Or I'm in visual effects because of the Reading Rainbow episode you did behind the scenes of Star Trek. Or I'm a beekeeper because of the Beekeeper episode. Or it's
legendary things.
It's like that, and I do enjoy it. I do.
So who's craziest between Reading Rainbow fans and the Trekkies?
And Trekkers?
Oh, this is a good question.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Trek crew.
Yes, I know it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah. Your dad's a Trekkie.
He is. He
Right?
is. My father is a huge Star Trek fan, and The Next Generation was the only Star Trek I ever watched.
Did you watch with your dad?
I did. Well, yes.
See?
Absolutely. I would not have watched that alone.
I cannot tell you. I love it when women tell me that they bonded with their fathers while watching Star Trek.
Well, I mean, bonded is a good way of putting it. It was also that, when Star Trek came on, that was what we were watching, period.
All right.
And he would put a cassette into the VHS and record every episode.
Okay.
Put a piece of masking tape on it and label the episode and what date it came on.
All right.
And
This
he had
is the best.
a whole curio. We had a whole cabinet full of VHSs of The Next Generation.
Those are pops and
you
don't
may
mess with
not touch his shit.
Okay.
Because he wants to go back and rewatch.
Him all of you should get him the box set,
Right?
I should. Oh, he would.
and send it to him.
He would never work again. He would just stay at home. My dad invented DVR.
I mean, you're his daughter. He ain't never gonna work again anyway.
That's a lie.
You're the richest of all of us.
What is it like for you I saw a selfie of you and some of the other cast of Next Generation a while back, and I was like, oh, this is taking me to my childhood.
That's fam.
What is it like for you to interact with?
That's fam.
Yeah.
We have seen each other through so much through the 7 years that we did the show were some of the most fun of my life. We tend to make one another laugh more than anyone else in our respective lives. It's like we all went to high school together or something, because we have that kind of, we have all of our inside jokes,
right,
and we just crack each other up. We've seen each other through, the births of our children, marriages, divorces, in Patrick's case, many marriages and divorces.
I love it.
So we are family. It's like that.
Do y'all get together and talk about how much you hate the crazy Trekkies?
No.
Who like cosplay and stuff?
No, look.
No, see, that's you.
Wait, no, I think that is so interesting.
But listen.
That community. Did you see Lupita running around Comic-Con in costume having a blast?
And my daughter's a cosplayer.
Yeah, no, I'm not shitting on cosplayers.
Okay.
I just wonder if people are aggressive with their fanhood.
Look, you are talking about people who dress up for a living.
You're right.
I'm sewing and stitching for Comic-Con 2 years from now. I do this.
But as actors, that's what we do.
Right.
We get dressed up for a living. We wore spacesuits. We wore spandex spacesuits for 7 years, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, Geordie LaForge was I mean, he was that nigga. No shade. I mean, I don't want to. I feel like that's the wrong thing to say, like to you, but he was. Jordy was running the Starship
Jordy
Enterprise.
ran shit. He
yes,
ran
he
shit.
did.
He ran shit.
I wanted a visor.
Right?
It took me a while to realize the character was blind. I think not until he took the visor off.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because
You just thought they were cool shades.
my dad kind of made me watch The Next Generation. Yeah, it was more of like a you must watch this, and so yeah, I thought Jordy's character, you in particular, I was just like, so on this ship of these, I don't know what they're doing. Y'all constantly beaming back and forth and little particles, and all. It was just kind of. I don't know. It was mind blowing even back then what you all were doing. And I'm sure that character, Jordy, has had a massive effect on people. You must have so many fans worldwide.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I just want to touch on, like, the importance of, like, the blurred icon. Because that whole space of fandom, science fiction, anime, and all of that is really underrepresented when it comes to black skin and stuff. And even when you go to these conventions and stuff, a lot of times if you want to cosplay, you gotta be the black version of something else because there's only so many of us. So to not only have like that community and camaraderie, but also have people like this who are like iconic to that and also have a genuine love of the genre and not just, that was a role for me is really important to like nerdy.
And that's definitely like how you were, right? You were just on board from the beginning. Like today,
like the nerds today.
The original Star Trek was what my family watched. My mom, my sisters, and I. Gene Roddenberry's vision was one that, as a fan of science fiction literature, was one of the few examples of storytelling in the genre that embraced people who look like me. Right? Having Nichelle Nichols on the bridge of the original Enterprise meant the world to me. Because what Gene was saying as a storyteller was that when the future comes, there's a place for you. That was That was huge.
Yeah, because usually in their futures, we are not there.
No.
like one day we'll be rid of you finally.
Right?
Exactly.
The future is suspiciously melanin deficient.
And wasn't Jordy based off a real fan of Star Trek?
He was, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, trust me.
Right?
I know. Was he Jamaican? I think.
No. He was. His name was Jordan LaForge, and he was like this uber fan. He had cerebral palsy. He was confined to a wheelchair, and he would just show up at convention after convention after convention. And Gene befriended him and wanted to honor him. And his love of the franchise.
Yeah, right after he passed away, right? And
did.
So Jordy was born. Inspired from that actual real life.
On to nerd facts.
You don't understand my father's love of Star Trek and this man right here. I knew some geek shit that you did not.
Okay,
I am mightily impressed.
Thank you so much.
I am.
Well, thank you.
I am.
I will hold on to that.
I just found all 41 discs on Amazon for $78.86. I don't know about you, but I'm going to be watching a whole lot of Star Trek. I did not even know that. Yeah. That really just...
Yep, based off a real person.
Yeah. That's so awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, I love that.
So to be able to represent for people with physical challenges the way that Nichelle represented for Black people was huge. That was dope.
Wow. So speaking of iconic acting roles you've had, your acting debut was in Roots. How do you just come right out the gate with something amazing like that?
Grace, really. Roots was my first professional audition.
Wow.
Right.
Shut me up.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Can I tell you that my first day as a professional actor, Cicely Tyson played my mother, and Dr. Maya Angelou played my grandmother.
So you knew you were.
I was in.
You were destined for greatness.
This was acting royalty,
right?
Yes.
Right. Royalty.
Right.
It was like God was just like, this is what you do.
Yes. Yeah. Here's your destiny. Right? Run along now.
Go and figure that out. Wow. That is amazing.
Yeah. It's been an amazing life. You know, it really has. I was 19. I was a sophomore at the University of Southern California studying theater, and they had gone from LA casting for the role to Chicago to New York, and it'd come back, and they just hadn't found the actor that they were looking for. And so they started beating the bushes. They called the drama schools at UCLA and I think at Cal Arts and USC, and I was in the right place at the right time. There were three of us, three young black men in the drama department.
Three of us
at USC, right?
Odds are pretty good.
Wow.
And we all three went, and I got a call back and kept getting called back. And March 27th, 1976, I was screen tested, and months later, it took a long time for them to. Nobody at the network wanted to acknowledge and put their ass on the line and cast the kid who had never been in front of a camera before. Right. Yeah, so it took a minute for them to all get behind that decision, and in May of '76, we went to Savannah. We went to Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is when my mother graduated from high school. She graduated in 76. Yeah, so just you saying May of 76, I'm thinking, wow, LeVar Burton was like getting ready to film Roots and my mama was graduating from high school, and I don't know, I just made that connection. You're magical to me, so everything you say, I'm just sitting over here like, and more words. Please, so Kunta Kinte, what a character. Yeah. This was obviously before the days of the internet and instant feedback from all your fans. But was there any tension, I guess, or how were you received by black audiences versus white ones?
I'll be honest with you. It took a minute.
Yeah.
For black people to, not all black people, but it took a minute for some black people to get with Kunta. There is a phenomenon in the black community, as evidenced by the fact that whenever, like we redid Roots last year for a new generation, the intention was to be able to keep this really important story alive for succeeding generations. And there was a lot of pushback on Twitter from black people. I got trolled by Snoop Dogg.
He's always hot. Don't pay him no mind.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him.
But the notion that there is a fatigue, right, is part of that phenomenon that has to deal with our level of shame about having survived our period of enslavement. Roots is not a slave story to me. It's a story about survivors. It's a story about, people who persevered generationally until emancipation. And I see no shame in that, although I can relate because there was a period in my life where I was not as comfortable being black as I am now. And I understand that sense of shame, right? But that has been foisted upon us by the white normative culture.
Yes, that is it. I'm sorry.
And
everything you say.
She's dying.
I'm such a fan. I'm losing it.
And we bought into that idea. So
I had a huge, very vocally, I've had really huge frustrations with, I feel like a lot of times that's just what gets beaten over our head. Yeah. Is this slave story. And it's not even just the stories of slavery that frustrated me. I felt like those were the only stories I felt like a lot of white audiences would acknowledge. I felt like, it would be no problem for a movie about slaves or a movie surrounding that era to make it to the Oscars or to be at the Emmys or something like that. But when it comes to a black sci-fi story or something else, it's just kind of I felt like white people don't see that. So I think a lot of my frustration is just with so this is it to you. When it comes to us creating art for the cinema and stuff, all y'all ever seem to respond to is that we were slaves one time. And it almost felt like it was an opportunity for a lot of people to go and see these movies and be like, I've learned so much. I have a greater perspective of what you all have gone through now. Did you go and see The Birth of a Nation or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of
what you're saying.
I know
I get
what is going on.
I get it. I get it.
But you saying keeping the story alive for I do still, I agree that for younger people, they still do need to learn these things and hear this.
Well, look,
stuff.
change is slow in taking place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's been 40 years now since Roots, and we are just now in an era of Ava DuVernay, of Black Panther on the cusp of coming out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's taken this long. It's taken 40 years of frustration and process in order for us to have enough people who have persevered through the bullshit.
Right.
Hard enough and been committed enough to be in a position now to tell the kinds of stories that are more representative of who we are.
Right.
Right? And look, Hollywood, for years, Hollywood was putting people in blackface on camera. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right? They had white people playing black people. They had white people playing Asians. They had white people playing everybody. The whole world was white, according to Hollywood.
They still pretty much feel that way.
Right?
Yeah.
So, given the history of the storytelling that comes out of that town, which is the storytelling that the whole planet consumes.
Right.
Yeah.
40 years in the span of an industry that is only 90 years old?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Right.
You know,
It's just experiencing the slow progress and like literally growing up and realizing from childhood to now, things have not shifted in the way that I would have thought they would.
Right.
but in a way, that statement is very humbling, because thinking about it outside of that, like, yeah, the industry isn't that old, and it's a slow process because there's still pushback, whether it's like blatant and just expressed freely, or it's like, we're gonna keep this under wraps, but we don't want you niggas doing X, Y, and Z. Like, so I guess in a way I just have to be kind of grateful that we had to have generation after generation of LeVar Burtons before we can have a Black Panther.
Right.
But it's just
how
like,
excited are you for the Black Panther movie?
Cannot wait.
A Wrinkle in Time.
I'm dying.
So
It's
excited.
going to be
so excited. So excited.
Are you into comic books too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. That's where you lose me, because I don't know too much about comic books. I only just learned how to pronounce Marvel like 8 months ago.
Yeah, she said Marvel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's the Black pronunciation.
Thank you so much. Oh, I have been validated.
Only
Nobody can tell me
who could
shit.
ever allow you to get away with that.
Yes, y'all ain't saying shit else to me about Marvel. It's officially over.
So LeVar Burton reads. You can listen to it right now.
When does it come out?
Wherever we drop a new episode every Tuesday. You can catch it wherever it is you like to listen to podcasts.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
I listened to it on the website first.
Yeah.
And then I just hit that subscribe.
Yeah, I
on
just
Apple.
subscribed on my phone and downloaded every episode.
Yes. So good. We definitely suggest, luckily, I like to call people who listen to our show and follow us like sophisticated, ratchet people,
That's pretty much
ghetto
what they are.
intelligent. So most of our listeners enjoy everything around reading, words, learning.
No, they do. They love to read.
Grammar.
I think you all are going to love this show.
So yeah, I definitely say go home, make sure you listen to it, close your eyes, and just be spirited away.
Yes, absolutely.
You didn't see what I did.
No, I did. I saw you do your hand thing.
It was
but
a reference.
no, I probably didn't know what it meant.
No, it's okay.
So since you offered earlier, I'm gonna.
I know you would.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a thing that
It's like that.
I wouldn't?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
okay.
he's spirited away, as if, being spirited away.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it was a moment and I missed it.
It's fine.
No, it is. So since you offered, I'm gonna call my dad.
Yeah.
And see if he answers the phone.
Right?
Live on air.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
I mean, it's your daddy.
I mean, it's not live. Also, we could just cut it out if he's crazy.
No, you absolutely shouldn't.
I mean, if he says something crazy.
Please let this man.
Would you have to let him know
Yeah. No.
that
No.
he's on the air?
Oh yeah. No. Oh God.
Please pick up the phone. Like,
Oh, I bet he won't.
Please. Oh God, please.
We'll just leave a voicemail. He's not gonna do it. Oh, he's gonna be so mad.
Dads, he's gonna be pissed.
He is.
Oh, man.
Like, live it.
Uh-oh, and his voicemail's not picking up either?
He's on the phone. He's on the phone. He's ignoring you.
Thank you for calling. I am unable to answer your call at this time. However, if you would leave your name, number, and a detailed
Your dad
message.
sounds so smart and
Return your call as
organized.
soon as
He
possible.
is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Daddy, it's me. So I'm recording my show today, and LeVar Burton is actually here in the studio with me. We were calling to say hi, but you didn't pick up the phone, so I guess you will probably just be sad about that forever that you missed it. But would you please say something to my dad?
It's LeVar.
Oh, my God.
Where are you? What are you doing? What is more important than picking up the phone when your daughter calls?
I love this so much.
So, really just wanted to give you a shout out. You are, according to your
Yes,
daughter,
absolutely.
an Uber fan. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to say I appreciate you. I really do.
Oh, wow. He's gonna die.
And to let you know that I am a fan of your work. Because she's something else. She really is.
Oh, wow.
She is something else.
This is a great
she
day
is
in America.
fully.
This is
She's
unbelievable.
a fully realized human being.
Wow.
And y'all did good.
Your daddy is gonna cry.
I'm going to cry.
That's it. I appreciate you.
Thank
and
you
I'm a
so
fan.
much for
I'm a
that.
fan.
Thank you.
Peace. Kunta out.
Okay, talk to you later. Love you. Bye.
This is the best day ever.
He is going to flip. Oh my God, he's
I
going
hope
to be
he
so
cries.
mad. Thank you so much again for that and for coming through to
It's
this show.
such a pleasure, y'all.
Yes, thank you so
It was an
You bring
honor to meet you.
joy into the world. You know that. Don't
I
you?
believe it because you said it.
It's
Right.
true.
If you say
it's
so.
True. It's true. You bring joy into the world, and there's not nearly enough of that these days.
Well, thank you again. You guys make sure you subscribe and check out LeVar Burton Reads wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much again for coming, and we'll be back.
This week's episode of The Read is being brought to you by Stamps.com. Stamps.com lets you buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter, package, any class of mail using your own computer and printer. All you gotta do is click print, mail, and you're done. It's that simple. Stamps.com will even send you a digital scale that automatically calculates exact postage and helps you decide the best class of mail based on your needs. So if you're one of these girls who's out here who got to ship things to people, I know I say girls to everybody, straight guys who listen to this and actually like it, I'm so sorry, but whatever. Like, you don't have to wait in line to the post office, especially if you live in New York, because my God, why
No,
would
fuck
you?
that.
It is the absolute worst. Stamps.com gives you everything you need, and they're here for your postage 24/7.
Yes, our listeners can enjoy the Stamps.com service with a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus postage and that digital scale without long-term commitments. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the mic at the top of the homepage and type in READ. That's Stamps.com, then enter code READ. Never go to the post office again, Lord willing, with Stamps.com and the Read. Now let's keep going.
Okay, we're back. It's time for letters.
It is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may just read them aloud on the show. Let's see. Where should we start this week?
Where?
I think let's start with.
Let's start early.
There's quite a few questions this week from people who are dealing with others in the closet.
Ooh.
So let's start.
Let's do one of them.
Okay.
Let's
This
do
is-
like
here's a lesbian one.
Damn.
You're what? No, you don't like lesbians. No, you love lesbians. What?
What? Favorite person in the world?
Right. So here's Fresca.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
You know, never my favorite pop,
I mean, not the best, but I do enjoy them.
but surprisingly refreshing.
yes.
So Fresca says, I was listening to an old episode where you were discussing your coming out stories and the different reactions your families had. My girlfriend and I have been together for about 5 years, and she is still in the closet to her family. Damn, 5 years? Things are great, but it's been the biggest
sounds
problem in our relationship, resulting in multiple breakups and arguments. I'm feeling really worn down at this point, especially because I've been out since I was 18. She feels like I'm too abrasive when I bring this up, and I've tried to be gentle and mature, but it's starting to make me resentful and almost turned off that she can't be proud of who she is. She shows no signs of wanting to come out at all, and I don't know if it will ever happen. I don't want to give up on all these years, but every day I feel closer to just saying fuck it. We are in our late 20s, financially stable, and in my opinion, too old to be faking like we best friends when everybody already knows what the deal is. I know everyone goes through their process, but we can't grow as a couple or naturally move on to the next step, and I can't be patient forever. How can I encourage her to basically grow some balls without being too insensitive? How long is too long to wait? Thanks for what you do and for using your platform to speak on real shit in this shitty ass Trump America. Thanks. Fresca.
Say it on 3?
No, I think you should go for it. You should tackle this.
Break up with her.
Damn.
Break up with her. This is the thing. I don't think that you should force someone or attempt to force someone to come out. I also don't think that everyone needs to come out. I think that plenty of people probably keep that shit under wraps their whole life. And I feel like it is it's literally your business. So you don't have to tell anybody. You are allowed to live however it is you choose.
Yep.
And I just don't think it's fair to try and make someone do the opposite because you want them to. Now, you also have to do what is best for you. So I've said before, I wouldn't mind dating somebody who was in the closet as long as it does not impede on me living my life the way that I want to. The only thing is, it's going to be damn near impossible for that to happen. Like, I don't leave the house much. I'm perfectly okay with couch dates. But yeah, every now and then I'm going to be like, so where is this going? Let's leave the house. I'm starting to feel like, we're stuck or something. If you don't ever want to go out and be seen nowhere with me, if I gotta wear my hat down extra low when I come over, if I have to feel, if I'm starting to feel like I am in the closet because I'm with you, then I'm just gonna break up with you. I'm not gonna try and encourage you to you need to be proud of yourself. I don't know that you aren't. You know what I'm saying? You may just not want to deal with everybody else's shit.
Right.
There's plenty of people out here who are out and proud, have no problem being as gay as day, and you still have to deal with people's shit all of the time because of it. Not everybody is built to handle that. Not everybody wants to. Your job may stop you from it. Your family may stop you from it. And I think it's just a little inconsiderate to think that because you had that strength or because your journey led you to wherever you're at and you're comfortable with it, that somebody else should just easily do the same thing. So, I don't know her, so you know better than maybe she tripping. But I think she's allowed because it's her gay, not yours.
Right.
So if you really can't help it, you can't handle it and you don't like it, you're not feeling the way you should feel in a relationship, then I simply say break up with her because I'm not going to agree that she should just come out because you want her to. That's not fair.
I agree. No, I agree. And 5 years in, I think is a reasonable, she's in her late 20s. I have to assume she's not financially dependent on her family or anything like that anymore. Y'all cohabitate and have built a life together. So at the same time, I understand having the type of family that you are hesitant to come out to and being nervous about that.
Amen.
But I think that Fresca has a real point in saying, there's only so far we can grow as a couple while she's in the closet. Sure, your personal relationship can deepen and strengthen, but there's I think you don't really know it until you're out of the closet, what you missed by being in it. Yeah. And sometimes that's for your own safety or it's for the best at that moment. But if you are so frustrated and she doesn't even want to, I could see if she was just like, I would love to come out, but my mama is gonna do this and da and my sister won't let me see my nephew, and I could probably deal with it if you were more like, I want to come out, but I have all these concerns, and I would be like, okay, well, maybe we can talk to somebody about that, or, maybe I can help you figure out a game plan, this, I don't know, whatever options may be available. But if she's just like, no, I'm happy to dyke with you for the rest of my life, but I'm just not ever going to tell anybody, then yeah.
There are so many gay women who are like, I'm gay, girl. Right here, so pretty open. Right here. Just having a great time. You want to be gay with me? We can be super gay together all of the time. So go and do that. 5 years, of course, that's going to be a hell of a lot of,
That's a lot of
ice
breaking
cream, a lot of insecure, a lot of, texts, hugs, cries, raging.
So
a
you
lot
really
of that.
just don't want to be with me no more? And I would
Lots of
say
that.
this, don't let her guilt you into feeling like you're wrong for that either. Like
Absolutely
you're not
not.
wrong for wanting to be with somebody whose hand you can hold if that, is something you like to do, or or go to family things with one another, which also gross. But if there's somebody, you care about public displays of affection, or, tagging your girlfriend in Facebook posts or whatever else, if that matters to you, you deserve to have that. And you deserve to find that.
10, 15 years from now, for me to just be like, this is my nigga. And you girls be like, what? Like, yeah, I've been dating him for about 8 years. I figured he's not going anywhere. So
I would be like, huh? And you brought him around so quick.
yeah, right? Exactly. Like,
damn, so you were
that's
only
it?
in there for 8 years?
You sure? Like,
You cracked this one out early, but it's like wine. You gotta let him sit in there.
I think that, if she does try to like guilt you and stuff like niggas do, I would just be like I could stay here and then end up resenting you.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to end up throwing things at each other and lose
And being mad.
that love that we have now anyway that you're trying to hold on to. It's best for us
Yeah.
to be separate and try to be friends.
Oh
No.
God, I've done this to me. No,
Yeah,
fuck friends.
Yeah, friendship.
You
doesn't
cannot be
work.
friends when one or both of you is still in love with the other. It does not
That's
work.
a sermon that we have had with, like, you have preached to that to
does
me
not
1 million
work.
times throughout our friendship.
And people just do not want to. Everybody wants to think that they're the exception. We can be friends. We can this.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can when the romantic feelings are gone. But most of you don't even like that nigga outside of the romantic feelings, and you figure that out when
it's
finally
done.
out of them feelings.
Right.
So no, forcing yourself to be in a friendship before that point just means that one or both of you are keeping some dregs of that emotion alive, and it just drags out the breakup.
You can absolutely be friends with an ex, but it has to be like after y'all just pretend that the other one is dead for a few years. you have to just kind of be like, oh, that person doesn't exist anymore. And then once all the feelings die down and you like heal, then you can see that person again at some point, maybe.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, what's up? How you been?
Yeah.
And leave that situation. And then if you ever see each other again, you can say hello again. That is friends with an ex to me now.
Right.
Like when I see you, if I see you, I don't feel disgusted. I feel no feelings, but I hope that you're happy and we can have a civil conversation. And there's no feelings or assumption that this is going to lead to us, texting or like, oh, let's go hang out. No. It's just we see each other, we cool.
Right. I have a friend who's an ex now, and she is legitimately a friend.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's an ex. I have an ex who's a friend. Right. But like, it's to the point, it's a real friendship. Like sometimes I forget that we used to date.
Yeah.
And when we're around each other, it's not like sexual tension. It's not like holding hands under the table and kissing and cuddling and all that. We're like literally just friends. Right.
And if let's say you've dated 10
But that
people,
we dated probably a decade ago. So
if you dated maybe like 10 people in your lifetime, that's like maybe 1 people out of the 10
maybe
that could happen with.
Yeah, maybe.
I just feel like
and then you got to give it some time.
Most people you break up with, it's just like, please stay away from me.
If not for your good, then for mine. Just please.
Or the good of America.
Just stay out of my life. Thank you so much. So good luck to you. That's a shitty place to be in. 5 years, man.
That's going to suck. It's going to suck. But you can't force that girl's bed to be open.
You can't. The people, I've dated a lot of people in the closet, but they always felt motivated to come out.
I dated maybe 2 niggas that were like serious, legit in the closet, and they had no intention. And I knew they had no intention. And I didn't really care. And I was also much younger. So I don't even think that a lot of the games that the DL, causes you to play, I don't think that I was really in a place at that time where I was like, I don't have to do this. Like, this is stupid. Why am I doing all of this? Everybody knows I'm gay. But yeah, nah, it's not that I wouldn't date somebody who's on the DL. I would date somebody who I like to say discreet. It's a little bit different because that just kind of means like I'm gay. I don't have a problem people knowing I'm gay. I just don't.
Right.
I just chill. Like I don't feel like it's anything to talk about.
Right. It's like, I mean, obviously it's a big part of me and of my experiences, but it's not like I wake up every morning like, how queer can I be today?
That's what I say.
It does not happen.
Guess I'm going to be real gay this weekend. So, I mean, I don't know.
I turn on my little PlayStation and that's that. So speaking of dating, though, we have a question from T, who is a man, and he says, I have this friend who I used to date and fool around with. So you already know what type of friend.
All right, we're following the theme.
There were some trust issues for me, and it just didn't work out, but we're still friends. Oh, man. We just did this.
Just did it.
He wants to be more than friends and is doing all that he can to be everything I need him to be.
This worked out
He
nice.
claims that it's just because he cares so much. I understand someone caring, but our history is making me think that it's more than that, and it makes me want to block him because I honestly, truly don't want that anymore. He buys me gifts, gives me money, and since we stopped talking seriously, we haven't had sex. I've made it clear to him that I don't want this relationship and I'm just trying to work on myself. I'm trying to move forward in life, and that is requiring a little bit more selfishness and isolation than he wants to accept. I have tried to just ignore him altogether, but he shows up at my place and wants to know what's up.
Jesus.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this man. It's so easy for me to cut people off when they do me wrong, so I do not understand what his problem is.
God, I hope he's young.
He says that I need to stop pushing people away who care about me because that is problematic, but he is. I'm not in danger or anything, but what do I do? Is this considered stalking? Should I just deal with it? This is so new to me, probably because I've always dated females, gross women. Am I leading him on? Let me know. I love this show so much. You guys help me get through tough weeks. Oh, thank you. So, yeah.
I knew he was tradie. I felt it.
So, yeah, we rarely get letters from the trade side of this situation.
I mean, we're assuming.
Well, I'm assuming that the guy is openly gay because he's like pursuing you in a way that you're just like, no, I don't want that.
I mean, but this is not, is there anything there that's suggesting that he's not? I'm just saying, like, he's probably, he sounds more like the nigga. Like, just based on...
no, I'm sure he is. I mean,
I don't want to
always dated women.
perpetuate the idea that there are whatever kind of roles in relationships, in homosexual relationships, but he just sounded tradie.
Yeah, no, we know how it goes.
Yeah, anyways, the same shit that we just said. Stop talking to the nigga. Like, I cannot sit here and define stalking. I don't really know.
That would worry me. Don't come to my fucking house. Are you crazy?
Right, like, did you just...
Are you crazy?
What?
Why are you at my fucking house?
Yeah, I would just, you're saying that you made it clear to him, clearly not clear enough. So I don't really know what more needs to be done besides just being like, look, let's take a break from each other. And by break, you mean I don't plan on speaking to you until you get your shit together for as long as that is. And let him, I don't know, because you're saying he's giving you gifts and he's giving you money, you must be keeping it. Because, like, what is going on?
Yeah, I think you need to be really clear in your intentions with just like, I have no, not even just desire. I don't have any plans. will not be going back inside your butthole or whatever nicer way it is to
not
say
even
that.
just that, but I like literally don't I don't want to talk
be bothered.
to you.
Right.
I don't want to like.
I am not going to be with you. I don't want anything of yours. I don't want to kick it. Like sometimes you just have to see. This is a problem I have. I try to be nice to niggas when I'm breaking up with them or leaving them or not talking to them. Like I try to let them down easy because I've been hurt like that before. But sometimes it's like they really don't get that you're done until you're just like, no, I'm serious about this. Me and you are never going to be together
It's
again.
hard to take it. It's hard not. I'm saying that wrong. It's hard to not take it personally when you're on the other side of things. It's hard for that person to see sometimes that it's for the good of you both.
Right.
So maybe you can try and make that clear as well. But I can say just as someone who has been in this position on both sides, actually, just that little tiny strand of maybe
hope.
Possibly if I do this or if I wear this on Thursday or if I just like Issa with that mail. Like she just knew that nigga was going to come over there to, I mean, he did,
Yeah, he did.
He did. But that, I mean, we talked about I feel. Either way. But I'm saying just that little tiny bit of, I might see him on Saturday, and if this happens, then maybe you have to be in a place where you are with a solid, concrete, this isn't going to happen.
Right.
What do I do now? You responding to texts, you picking up the phone, you chilling or taking a gift from him or flirting with him or doing any of that stuff. Even if you're saying to him look, I can't do this stuff with you anymore. All right. And then you go to sleep and don't even touch each other, but you share the same bed or
That's
do
enough
any
for
of
him.
it. It's enough because in his mind, it's just a few steps to getting back to where he wants to be.
Right.
It has to be a clear, I'm out here by myself. What do I do now? I'm either going to sink or I'm going to swim somewhere. And most people will swim because nobody wants to drown.
Right. And
Some girls.
but that's real. Niggas...
It has to be dead.
It has to be
root.
over. Sometimes you just have to say that. And that means that you, as the person who wants it to be over, have to be strong in those moments where you're lonely or sad or horny and not hit up the person that you know has feelings for you.
Woo!
And you know cares so much about you and would do anything to make you happy or
why are you calling me if you know you don't want me?
Why are you bothering me when you know you do not want me? Because you're lonely, because you're bored, because you had an itch. So you just gonna call me and think you can use me for that and say, we not doing nothing right. We not together. This is this. Yeah, you could say all that, but you still actively engaging somebody that has feelings for you. So if that's what you're doing, which I assume is, you either haven't just cut him off altogether or you still been hitting him up when you feel like being bothered.
Either way, it has to be done.
Either way, you're going to have to change something or else I don't think he's going to get the picture. And showing up at your house is absolutely
that is a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nigga, what? No, it would have been over then.
Yeah, it would have definitely been let's talk. Come and sit down.
Let's talk about how we won't be talking anymore.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
You just have to do it, and it sucks.
It's scary, and it does suck to be on that side of it. It does.
Unless you're completely heartless and don't give a shit and don't have a problem doing that sort of thing. I mean, he said, I ain't never had a problem. What did he say? I never had a problem.
I never had a problem cutting people off that do me wrong, even though he says he didn't do anything wrong. I'm sure you didn't. But
yeah, that's just something that you gotta, and it's, you can know in your mind as the person who's not being pursued, maybe one day, y'all will be cool.
Don't say that.
But you don't say it out loud. You know what I'm saying?
Another
but if you genuinely care about this person, genuinely have nothing but good feelings and love in your heart for that person, you not speaking to each other for some months, some years or whatever won't change any of that. And I think that you have to take peace, and he will learn to take peace in the fact that y'all will always have that. And you can wish someone well from afar and still be affected by that without actually interacting with that person anymore. You know, you don't have to talk to them to care about that person, and hopefully one day that person, without speaking to you, will know or can know, I don't talk to that nigga no more, but I know he care about me, and so we all good, and let me go live the rest of my life. Right. But all that playing and just little and responding to a text,
if you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
Do not speak to me. Leave me alone.
Yes, because he can try his very hardest to leave you alone and have left you alone for 2-3 weeks, and then all of a sudden Friday night all your friends canceling, you bored, so you hit him up and it's a rush of feelings all back over.
And you go from a WYD to this nigga's popping up at your house and you don't know how.
So just leave him alone, cut him off. Good luck to you. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com and we'll be back.
Also, this week's show is being brought to you by Talkspace, the online therapy company that's helping to bring therapy to everyone by understanding how we live today. That means that you don't have to rush down to an office and be stuck in traffic and all that stuff. If you really need to talk to somebody about some BS that's going on, you can send your therapist a message whenever you're near a desktop, your laptop, tablet, smartphone, whatever you need, whatever you want, for as little as $32 a week. The therapists are licensed and background checked, and the same privacy rules apply as if you were in a traditional office. So if you need to talk to them about your work, your no good husband, your sister that's jealous of you, the government, whatever you need, you can chat to over 5 well, you can talk to them.
Your therapist.
And join the over 500,000 people who've experienced the relief of being able to talk to someone today. Lord knows you probably need it, because I sure do.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that could be going on, or you could just be sad or full of anxiety or depressed or just feeling like, life is a little directionless or whatever. There's a million different reasons that you might want to talk to a therapist. So to sign up or learn more, go to Talkspace.com/READ. And as a special offer a special offer just for y'all, you can use coupon code READ to get $30 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's Talkspace.com/READ with coupon code READ in the Talkspace app. Talkspace is therapy for all. I love it so much. Cannot recommend it enough. So give them a try, and let's wrap up the show.
All right, so we're back. It's time for the read.
It is, and I think I have a feeling who you talking about. You mentioned it earlier, but then he didn't come up again in the hot tops.
So
you should call Hot Topics the Hot Tops.
Oh my God.
So good.
Where have you been all of these years with that name change?
It just came to me.
It literally just had Hot Tops. My God, that's perfect. Oh my God. Why didn't we think of that? Okay.
4.5 years of this show.
Seriously, I struggled year after year, week after week. Like, what are we going to call it? Hot Tops. Perfect. All right. So this week for the read for me, I have two things I want to say. First of all, I just want to say, before I get into him, dialing back to the Black Excellence girls trip, I really, really love the fact that these Black women are out here showing that just in their skin, telling us a relatable story, that they can, make these books, get these people to the theaters, and do all of that in exactly who they are. So let me talk. First of all, I want to talk about this movie, Ghost in the Shell, which stars Scarlett Johansson as...
Oh no, an Asian?
Yes. Now, Ghost in the Shell is a manga, anime, there have been video games for it, all of that type of thing. And I can't just know that the character who she was supposed to play, her name, oh God, please don't. I'm pretty sure it's Motoko. But it's a Japanese name. She's a major who's like, she's got the spirit of a person, like a human in an android's body. So we're not going to do all of that.
Yeah, no, you lost me.
Yeah, I know I did. But her name is Major Motoko Kusanagi. Okay, that's been the character's name.
That's cute.
The whole time. And so for whatever reason, they decided to make this live action film with Scarlett Johansson playing the character. Changed her name in the movie.
What?
Changed her
to
name.
Something white?
To like Mira Killian or something.
Oh, God.
And I was like, you know what? I'm a fan of... I really liked the anime. I liked the show. I really, really loved the movie. That was the first thing that I saw. I've always really enjoyed it, and I thought it was dark and weird. And, I love that sci-fi weird shit. It didn't make any sense to me. But I thought that the new movie starring Scarlett did not make sense to me. But I thought that the special effects and stuff looked cute. So when it came on digital HD, I ordered it. Watched it. Now, I was able to forgive a lot of that stuff, although it doesn't even really feel like a Ghost in the Shell movie. It feels like a really interesting sci-fi movie wearing a Ghost in the Shell costume.
Okay.
But at one point, this is kind of spoilers. If you plan on watching it, I guess you could skip this, but I don't think that, you don't need to. But there's a scene where she's like trying to learn more about herself, and she's kind of stuck in this, I'm an android, who am I, what does the world mean, sort of thing for most of the movie. So she goes to this Asian lady house who is like a typical old Asian woman, doesn't speak English that well, but would you like tea? And she brings her in, and come to find out, the person that she used to be before she was turned into an android, like her spirit's mind or her ghost, is actually the woman who she was speaking to. Her daughter was like abducted basically and experimented on and placed into this android. I'm assuming because I stopped it after this realization came up into me. So I was like, So you mean to tell me that not only did you hire a white woman to play this traditionally Asian woman, but you also changed her name and then added in the story. This never takes place in any of the Ghost in the Shell shit I've ever seen. But you not only, like, you made it so that basically an Asian girl was abducted and I guess killed and placed into the body of a robot white woman? Nobody was, like, so that said to me, you wanted this woman to be white so bad that you wrote one of the tackiest. Somebody please correct me if I'm consuming this wrong, if I got the wrong idea, if maybe there was something I missed because I turned it off, fill me in. But that to me was just like, y'all are so pressed. You were so pressed to have a white person play this that you switched it all up so much and made it like high-key offensive on top, like in the She could have just been Asian. Like, she could have.
Why couldn't she just be Asian?
Why couldn't she just been a Japanese woman? It didn't make no damn sense to me. Yes, and they filled the story with lots of people of different races. There were white people in it. I saw one or two black people. Ooh. I feel like there was more white people in this new Tokyo than there were actual people from Tokyo. Right. But that to me, coupled with this this girl, Naomi Scott, who was just cast as Jasmine in the live-action Aladdin movie they're doing. She played the Pink Ranger in the new Power Rangers movie, which, like I said, was all right. And she's half... I don't know what part of India. I think her mom is actually, like, Indian.
Okay.
And her father is white. And so a lot of people who knew about this Aladdin movie coming out were hoping that somebody a little more sun-kissed would play that part. And I don't want to try and dismiss the girl's like race or ethnicity or anything, but I just feel like a lot of people in Hollywood, yes, there are lots of producers, showrunners, directors, writers who are doing great things to change all of that, people from all walks of life and all races, but I feel like there's still a force in Hollywood that feels like in order for them to make money or for their shit to sell, that they have to make these people whiter or connect them to something white in some way to make it like safer. And they don't even realize in the process you losing tickets because plenty of people, white, black, green, brown, yellow, purple, whatever fucking color, want to see what the shit actually, they want to see a real adaptation. Right. Like, if you were doing like an original shit that you wrote and came up with, it would be one thing. But nigga, we know what Jasmine looked like. Like, we know what the major from Ghost in the Shell looked like. We know what her fucking name was. Why? For what? Why do this? They're doing the same thing with the Death Note, which I'm not even gonna fucking watch. So I just wanted to point out before I get to what I'm getting to that I feel like shit like Girls Trip is just a further piece of evidence that whole idea that you need to whiten something up in order to sell your tickets or whatever, because a lot of these motherfuckers come right out and say, like, we felt like Scarlett Johansson would sell more tickets. We felt like people know who that is. Bullshit. If you don't, like, are you paying attention to what's going on in your industry? Because that's not true. You making them white because you want them to be white, and that should be, figure out why that is.
Right.
So aside from that, I just wanted to say to Rick Ross, thank you for making a fool out of my city. Like, it needed so much help. Thank God we still have got Trina. I didn't even talk about Trick Daddy going off all week. But Rick Ross went on The Breakfast Club, and I guess he was asked why he hasn't signed a female rapper to Maybach Music. This is what he said. You know, I never did it because I always thought like I would end up fucking a female rapper and fucking the business up. I'm so focused on my business. I just got to be honest with you. You know, she looking good. I'm spending so much money on her photo shoots. I got to fuck a couple of times. So essentially, he has not signed a female rapper or artist to MMG because he feels like if he's spending all of this money on a female act and she's looking good, that he should fuck, and he's gonna fuck that girl. Like what?
Wait, right? What, nigga? What?
Like, you motherfuckers be really running around here, like, calling yourself bosses and talking about, all of, your business and you running a business, but you also openly admit that the reason you haven't hired a woman is because you feel like you would have to fuck her if you gonna spend money on her. Like, what businessman says that?
Right.
What?
Like, we just don't hire ladies because with the titties and the puss and all, we would have boners nonstop, you guys. What are we supposed to do?
So, past the fact that I guess you just ain't ever gonna have a female artist on MMG, and God bless any woman who ever signs to Maybach and decides I'm just gonna let Rick Ross climb my back, looking like the Michelin Tire Man.
I don't think
because
so.
I want, like, God bless it. You know what I mean? But the fact that you feel obligated,
right,
to sleep with, like, fuck sexual harassment and possible lawsuits and just conducting your business and yourself horribly.
Right.
The fact that you publicly admit that you don't have any women signed because of this reason, especially female rappers, it frustrates me to no end because I know this. He didn't even have to say this out loud. I'm surprised. Well, I guess I'm not surprised, but I can't believe he did to a certain extent. But that's how these niggas are.
Right.
And it affects female rap in a really major way that I don't think a lot of fans, a lot of people really pay attention to. A lot of these girls don't get the recognition that they want to. I love female rappers. Love them because most of the ones I hear about anyway have to go above and beyond men to get noticed. They have to be pretty, or they have to at the very least have some sort of unique style. Right. They have to, spend money on clothes. The Yo Gottis of the world could wear a Fruit of the Loom t-shirt and some jeans and whatever Jordans and get on stage with their their chains
they don't even got
and their bracelets at all. Like, their costume, when it comes to how they approach what they're gonna wear, their main focus is just their chains and their jewelry. Everything else, who really cares? There was a red monkey jean era. I guess that's
which
over.
nigga shoes are you gonna put on?
Right.
Which
Yeezys
right.
may be like the furthest that they go. But when it comes to women, everything has to be, put together. Their hair has to look a certain way. And these same niggas who are lined up talking about how they deserve to fuck be the same ones who are pressuring them to, your hair need to look like this, and you need to have these shoes. No, they need to be red bottoms because you're on MMG and So what you're saying is you're telling these same women that they need to have all of these things in order to succeed, and you will pay for the tools for them to succeed, but they've got to give puss.
And you really felt that was appropriate to say.
That was an appropriate thing for you to say. It is.
Especially when we all have heard your rapey ass lyrics and you have been dragged for that before.
Not to mention, right after this interview or whenever they took that picture in front of the Step and Repeat, I saw a Charlemagne post before I heard this. They're standing in front of it and he's like grabbing poor Angela behind the back with his tongue all stuck out. And you could just see in her face, she's like, I love this job. I love this job. I'm so blessed to have this job. A lot of people don't have jobs.
Number one radio show, syndicated in 87,000 markets.
They
Remember
pay me,
ye,
they pay
it's a
me,
lot of money, girl.
they pay
Remember,
me.
focus.
I don't do this
because
for
Rick
free.
Ross putting his nasty ass hands on me, especially trying to do some big hug from the back and then
with
stick
his tongue all out by my ear.
No, I'm gonna have to knee you in the dick, and then I'm gonna lose my job. See, God bless Angela Yee, because there's a certain temperament that you have to deal with niggas in radio, and the station has to keep people happy because you need niggas to continue to come on the show. So
that's right.
It's only so much you can push the line, and they might let somebody like Charlemagne push people's buttons, but as a woman, you have to be so much more careful about that. As the woman, you're not really allowed to be the troublemaker.
Because then she would have been like, nigga, if you don't get off of me,
you don't get your nasty ass hands right,
it would have been a problem.
It would have. It would have been a real issue. It would have been like, now you can't be treating people like that when they come up to the station or whatever else. I'm assuming, but the look on her face was just like, gross.
And then they had what's his name in there. Remember Gucci talking about how she was trying to fuck? Oh yeah.
See, I feel like Angela gets tried a lot by male rappers in one way or another, and I don't know. I mean, I know what it is. It's misogyny,
right?
More than anything else, but just having to put on like a smile or just like not be bothered with it. Or maybe at this point she's like, I've been doing this for so long. Niggas are niggas, and I just come in here and get my work done.
There's no way that shit can't just be annoying.
Right.
Or maybe they have that type of relationship. Maybe her and Rick Ross are good homies and she don't care. I don't know.
She just looked miserable. So.
Yeah, maybe she just looked like she didn't want him to be doing it. I don't know. Either way, like I said, I really, really enjoy female rap, and I see so many talented, really interesting girls who bring something completely new and unique and fun and fresh to the table, and they get overlooked all of the time. There are labels who tell them they need a nigga to give them, you know, a cosign. They need to be the first lady of such and such. Yeah, when such and such says, you know, when they give you the shout out, that's when blah, blah, blah. But then here you have a perfect example. These niggas ain't trying to do that shit if you're not giving it up.
Right.
And not every girl is going to be like, yeah, sure, I'll fuck you, whoever, Meek Mill, if you sign me to whatever.
Right.
So.
And shouldn't have to.
And should not.
Should not be expected or a requirement at all. It's
at
so
all.
gross.
Like, it's so stupid. But I like knowing that. I think that's another part of the reason why a lot of people would be pressing Nicki about giving girls a shout out or saying, "Oh, hey, I see you, bitch, you're doing it." And now she's doing it a lot more, obviously, because Remy Ma's out here bringing them all out on fucking stages, gotten them doing interviews together and do all that shit. Right. So. It's a big, you know, there's a lot of women out here who are popping, who got really great stuff to offer, and you don't ever hear anything about them because if they're not dealing with niggas who are refusing to support them if they don't fuck, then you got, you know, dumbass labels and fans who are comparing them to Nicki. Like, look, her shoes ain't this. Yeah. She ain't got that. Plenty of these girls are like, nigga, all I need to do is put a sock in this fucking hair, make a bun, put on some spaghetti straps and some jeans and some fucking shell toes. Because at the end of the day, I can rap. What can you do? But that's never enough. Then you broke. Then you this. Well, Nicki Minaj was sitting on a staircase with a baby fat bag and whatever they installed in her head and some acrylics. So
she was
like, and she got a shot. Somebody gave her an opportunity for her to display that she's talented. But I feel like there aren't enough of those things in the people who, like a lot of the women who do come and make a couple of steps or put out a hot record, i.e. Cardi B, pushback. No, girl, I'm not going to work with you because you won't fuck. You already fucking Offset. No, girl, I'm not going to work with you because Nicki Minaj don't like you. No, girl, I'm not going to give you this, that, and that.
It's like, so much harder, right? You make everything so much harder.
Meanwhile, niggas like Lil Uzi Vert could be out here looking like nigga Beetlejuice and make whatever fucking song say anything that you can hardly understand climbing the charts. It's no problem. It's just really ridiculous. It's fucked up. It's disgusting that you really feel like you can just, like, it's even okay. Like, it's all right for you to come on the radio and say some dumb shit like that. And thank you for admitting, at least women who thought, hey, I would love to be on Maybach. I love Maybach music. They're my go-to rap girls. At least they know now, hey, fuck that. I guess I will look at good music or something else. Lord. I don't know, but I don't know. Just as a fan of all kinds of rap, it's frustrating, and I want to shout out like the girls like Lake Kelly 47, Day Burger, Malibu Mitch, Naima Supreme, Lady Leisure, Cupcake, Jungle Pussy, Princess Nokia,
Liz.
Dreezy, Kamaya. I forgot like a lot of girls, but these are people, you go look them up.
Right.
Go look them up. Like their stuff. Follow them. You know, support these girls, because if you leave it up to the industry, they're not going to get very far. And it's fucked up. I'm bored. You know, like I love rap music, but I like people bringing... That's a big part of the reason why Lee Banks would be so motherfucking frustrating, because, girl, you can rap and you do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, chill, girl. Like, chill, girl. Let the girls hear what you got to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but for the rest of these chicks who are just out here doing the best they can, putting out hot shit, it sucks. I'm sorry that you have to deal with dumb ass dickhead niggas like this who want to make Miami look like a bunch of clown shit. I'm so sorry to the 305. You know, we never really went up for him like that in the first place. You know, niggas born and raised always known that he's Trina's hype man, but at the end of the day,
you just had to put that in there.
You know, I
real.
really, really want to see more women in hip hop get a chance because so many of them are doing dope fly shit that you don't see every day because everybody just wants to be Playboy Cardi today.
Yeah.
If you like, all the niggas do the exact same thing. They have the same producers and all of that stuff is fine. I love 21 Savage album. You know what I'm saying? But a woman could never just have no knife tattoo on her face and just not wash, you know, and just be like, oh, I was just introduced to multivitamins and water and whatever. And you know what I mean?
Right. If Cardi B was like, ever since I started talking to Offset, I've been eating vegetables.
Look at Cardi. Cardi was cool with her teeth being crooked. And motherfuckers would be on there every day like, when you gonna fix your teeth? When you gonna fix your teeth? And she would push back like, bitch, my teeth don't bother me. Like, I don't give a fuck that you think my teeth are crooked. Fabulous tooth was broke for the majority of his motherfucking career. Like, leave me alone.
And niggas acted like it was cute.
And niggas did I love it. Like, what? So, and then she actually did go and fix her fucking teeth.
I think she did that just so y'all would not have nothing else to say about her. But it was like, on the one hand, people are going to have something to say regardless. On the other, if you like, look, fuck it. It's whatever. I might as well do it. And you know, that's that. Then that's your own decision or whatever. But when you're a female rapper, people are already going to pick you apart and put you through all this extra scrutiny that they would never give to a man. Lil Uzi Vert he just looks dusty and trifling. Lil Uzi Vert looked like he would take a shit in your house somewhere and not tell you about it. And yet,
in the kitchen.
And we just let niggas have careers, but women have to be co-signed by a man or presented to us alongside of a man or whatever else in order to be accepted.
So I said one day, like, it annoys me that every single girl who comes out has to deal with comparison to Nicki Minaj. And the skippers were like, that's not her fucking fault. You mad and that's not her fault. I said, it's not her fault. I wasn't blaming her. That's your fault. It's y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Acting like no other girl can exist in the same realm. Like, because some other woman in a rap is successful or has a good album and we acknowledge that Nicki Minaj's career is dead. Or that it's...
Oh, Lord.
I just see a lot of these girls work hard, bust their ass, put out shit, dope shit on top of all of that, and they don't get the push or the support that they deserve. And it's because of dumb, greasy, weird, foul shit like this. And the fact that Rick Ross could even feel comfortable to not only talk about his sex life in public, but to act like somebody owes him some sex. I'm just disgusted and I'm beside myself. And I want better for the world. I want better for society. I want better for music. I really do. I want better for black people. I want better for women. And so if you hear about a chick and you think she's dope or whatever, support her, repost her, like her, follow her, buy her music, do something. Like, it can't be Nicki Minaj is gonna be done one day, whether it's on her own accord or y'all just move on because y'all like to do that shit too. You acting like motherfuckers weren't doing this exact same thing to Lil' Kim, and then now she got to a generation where it's like, you know, the kids of today are
y'all grow up at some point.
The same thing will happen to her. So support these girls. Like, I don't understand what the fuck the problem is. That's what that female unity and hip hop shit is about. Why y'all trying to make it a whole bunch of petty shit all of the time? It's because fire ass rap girls are out here getting dismissed and ignored all of the time because of misogyny. And it's kind of just, it makes things boring.
It does. You know, there should be variety in all things. So,
but the average consumer is a sheep. No, really.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Me too.
The average American.
I'm speaking for myself. Yeah, well, there you go. There, true words.
America does not really encourage critical thought or branching out on your own or staying away from the group or challenging the group. At all. So it doesn't surprise me that it's trickled over to music in some way. It just disgusts me to hear any man, but especially an ugly one, talk about sex like you are like you've.
So you've never spent any money on Meek Mill? You've never spent any money on Wale?
Don't do it.
So because you're spending money on an artist, again,
but they're just talented?
Who, again, their success would make you money. Right. You know, like, if you sign a woman to your label and you invest in them and they succeed, you don't come out of that ass out like you would make money off of them. You think Lil Wayne don't still make money off Nicki Minaj? Everything she touched.
Right.
So.
Everything she touches. Of course.
So it's not like you're not getting anything out of it. That mindset is so gross and disgusting. And then what's even worse about it is it trickles down into you little nothing ass niggas who feel like that
SoundCloud niggas.
you can that you can do the same thing and talk to. It affects like hip hop culture in general on a larger scale, and not just how men speak to women or how men speak to women in the music industry,
right,
but just to women, period. You know?
Which is shitty enough, but yeah, it affects the rest of the culture. So gross and trash.
You should be thanking your lucky stars for any stitch of vagina that is offered to you.
Seriously.
Regardless of where it comes from.
Ugh. Fucking Rick Ross, though. I'm so over that nigga.
Yuck.
So I just want to talk real quick about a couple of stories that came out this week. First being John McCain.
Oh, God.
I don't know if, well, sure you know this. John McCain was
as terrible as she looked. As tired as she looked.
John McCain, who is like 896 years old.
And a half.
Whose mother is somehow still alive. How is John McCain's... White people live forever. I'm going to get to
Evil
that.
sustains.
It does.
It really does.
And you know, generations of money and healthcare also sustain. So John McCain was diagnosed. He had a blood clot, I think, removed. And then the doctors were like, oh, shit, it's a tumor up here. So he's got brain cancer, which I guess would be sad under normal circumstances or if it happened to pretty much anybody else. But John McCain, after, I think it was 10 days post-operation, like you had to still have swelling. He showed up to the Senate floor with like
a
stitched up eye and everything. Like, my nigga, are you well?
Right.
Well, the Republicans basically were like, we need you to come to D.C. because we cannot advance the debate on this healthcare bill without you, which should probably let you know that you need to change your fucking sorry-ass, trash-ass healthcare bill. There's not been a single CBO score that estimates that we will lose less than like 17 million insured. Like, nobody thinks this plan is a good idea except for the rich people who will become even richer off of it. And so John McCain, whose health insurance is paid for by the American people, John McCain, who along with every other senator would not even have to sign up for whatever public health plan is available if they do repeal Obamacare, carried his ass from Arizona to Washington, D.C. to cast the vote to not to dismantle the ACA, but to proceed the debate on the bill that is being put forward to Congress right now. And so the irony of someone who first of all has had extremely good health care all his life. For the most part, I mean, that POW stuff, you probably wasn't feeling so great. But the rest of the time, you know, pretty decent health care. You've got lots and lots of money. You've been a member of the U.S. Senate for forever. You are basically dripping in privilege if you are John McCain. The fact that we, the regular, common, broke-ass plebes of this country, pay for you to have extremely excellent health insurance, and you use that insurance or the money that you have from all these years of, you know, being a white man in America, you use that privilege, that capital, those resources to have your healthcare problem attended to immediately. And then it's like instantaneously, you carry your ass to D.C. to take healthcare away from the brokest among us. So you mean to tell me that your government healthcare, did it save your life, John? Is that what it did? Is it, oh my God, are you trying to tell me that had you not had healthcare, possibly this would have gone undetected and you just would have had an aneurysm or something and died in your sleep? No way. That's fucking crazy. You mean to tell me doctors are good and people should be able to see a doctor when they don't feel well and not feel like they're going to have to sell a fucking organ in order to pay for it? So you feel so good about the healthcare that you have and the opportunities that you are sitting comfortable with that you thought, you know what I should do? Go to DC and make sure nobody else can have this. And that's really the message of the Republican Party time and time again. I know y'all want to act like, oh, John McCain, he's a former soldier and he's a maverick and he stands up to the right wing. No, the fuck he does not. Y'all be so proud of John McCain because one time a woman called Barack Obama an Arab and you said, no, he's not. Like literally one time a woman's like, oh, that Obama, he's a Muslim. And he's like, no, he's not. He's a good man. So first of all, y'all are proud of this nigga for actually saying, hey, you're lying, girl. Barack Obama's not a Muslim. But then also for insinuating that there's something wrong with being Muslims. Like, right. Oh, no, he's not a Muslim. He's a great guy. You know, we just disagree on some things. Like, or how about there's nothing wrong with Muslims, but Barack Obama is just not one, and stop watching Fox News. So I know that, you know, today, this was on, I think, Monday that they had that vote.
Yeah,
and then
so.
Today, you know, they've been voting, today being Wednesday, they've been voting on different aspects of it. Like, you know, should we just repeal and replace? And he's like, no, I won't vote for this bill the way that it is now. And I won't vote for a repeal with no replacement and all this other stuff. So then why are you voting to have a debate about the bill then? If you will not vote for the bill in its current state, if you're not with no skinny repeal where y'all are basically picking and choosing which services to get rid of. Like, y'all talking about cutting Medicaid from thousands of kids and their families. Like, people don't need to see the fucking doctor. Like, people don't get sick. It's like the people who are so for this Trump care bill, the people who are so for the GOP version of this bill, either have always had health insurance and have always had it like through their job and heavily subsidized, so they don't understand what the big fucking deal is.
Right.
Or they're so rich that they never had to have health insurance in the first place, because you can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can just pay out of pocket and, in fact, get a discount if you pay in cash, because the doctors are like, hey, that's my money. Well, I ain't got to run it through the insurance company or nothing. So they have never really had to be in the position to be without health care, that it's like your ability to empathize for other human beings is lost.
Exist, yeah.
And I don't even want to argue about, you know, whether you should or shouldn't or this, because I truly feel like there's nothing I can say that will convince you to be a human being. There's nothing I can say that will make you realize, oh, I should have a heart.
Right.
It's healthcare.
That's a big problem.
I think we're one of like two, maybe we're the only industrialized nation that is still arguing about this.
It's just like, I feel like there's like what you just said. It's like pointless to get a lot of these people to see like the humanity
right
in what we're talking about, and that what you are doing or supporting or neglecting, all of that shit.
Yes,
you know, it's hard to get people to be compassionate.
Do I have to tell you to give a fuck about others though? Like, do you really think poor people are just so lazy that they don't deserve to be able to see somebody when they feel ill? That's truly how you feel about?
I am sick.
Other human beings? Everybody's healthy till they're not, bro. That's the thing about healthcare. I don't get how you're on your high horse about it, because everybody's great until they're not. Everybody's cancer-free until they have cancer, you know?
Right.
Or everybody, you know, your legs work until that time you break it. Or, you know, you had an ache in your tooth and now half of your head hurts so bad and you feel like you're about to die or whatever. Like, health problems come up. Yes.
To everyone.
Because we have bodies and they're not perfect.
Right.
So shit happens. Are we really going to deny people access to medicine because some extremely rich people want to get richer, because insurance companies feel like they should be turning a profit instead of helping people? Like, is the goal here not to keep the society healthy and operating as well as possible?
No.
When your people are sick, that's another thing. When your people are sick and cannot take care of themselves, do you really think they're going to be coming into work and giving their best on top of that? But you want to take away the ability for somebody to take their child to the doctor if they're sick, to take themselves?
One thing I've learned becoming an adult growing up is that a lot of things, and I don't even know if I know how to describe this, a lot of things that you think have like major answers because they're tied to the government or just the way the world operates a lot of that shit just ends in, oh, well, like, because we want to. You know, I don't know. Maybe when I was a kid, I just felt like there was like solid explanations for everything that takes place. And a lot of this is just like, I've never heard everything that you're asking, everything you're saying. I've never heard any Republican or person who supports these things say something that I'm like, I disagree, but I can see what you're saying. It's always like, just, we don't.
Well, one of them was at a town hall talking about nobody ever died because they didn't have access to medical care. Girl. And you can hear the audience go, what? That's the best part of the whole clip.
What?
Like, did you literally just say, don't make me Google it. No. This man got on stage talking about nobody ever died because nobody ever died. It came right up. Raul Labrador.
Poor comment.
So, I don't know. I'll look at that later. But one of the main things that they say about it is, oh, it's too expensive. We're spending all this money. That's a common lie that the Republicans will tell you. The money is there. They just don't want to give it to your poor ass.
Yeah.
They want to make a lot of money off poor people and then never pour any of that money back into the community.
Let me rephrase. I never hear anybody say anything that is not clearly bullshit that I can say, okay, I get it. Like everything that they say that is supposed to be like their reasoning for it, a lot of that shit can sound sensible, but if I know that's not true, then okay, well, what is it? You know, there's nothing. I really, really like being wealthy because that wealth equates to power. And I don't want you to have any, and I want to have as much as possible. And I want my niggas to have as much as possible. So if that means that you're going to die because you're sick, then just don't be sick. Stay in the house.
Just don't get sick. Just get a job.
Like, what?
Oh, I didn't realize I could just go out to the job tree and shake one down and it would have full benefits.
We're so great at that
and
here.
A working wage, like a living wage, a wage that I can work 40 hours a week and still take care of myself and my family. That just doesn't happen anymore. And an additional hearty fuck you to Donald Trump, which I feel like I'll never stop saying.
Life.
But remember last year after the Pulse nightclub shooting when he was like, oh, I'm going to be such a great friend to the LGBT. You guys, there's never been a hero better. We're going to have big, big heroes and I'm going to love you guys so much. Did you see Miss
Caitlyn retweet that?
Oh my God.
With her dumbass.
Her fucking stupid. Don't get me started on that dizzy ass bitch because I can't. Caitlyn.
You said.
Bitch, you believed him? No, of course you didn't. Caitlyn Jenner don't give a fuck about trans people in the military, just like Donald Trump don't.
So Republican.
God damn, I hate her so much.
You said this. But
so yeah, Donald Trump talking about trans people can no longer serve in the military because of cost.
Literally called it a burden. And I'm pissed because I love the word burden. I love calling things and people burdens, burdensome. And I just feel like a burden, my nigga.
Right. A burden? Is that what these people are?
Fighting for your little raggedy ass, stank ass, dumb ass, lopsided ass country?
I've read a few different stories on it and the numbers vary. The estimate of trans people in the military is somewhere between like 1,300 and 6,000 or 7,000. That's out of 1.3 million people in the armed forces.
Right.
So a tiny percentage of people who are actually in the military are out and transgender. I'll say that because who knows how many of them ain't out. But the cost of these people, there are all these different websites breaking it down and they're like, we could pay for every trans person's healthcare in the military with 3 of Donald Trump's trips to one of his golf courses. 3, because he spends $3.6 million on that every time he decides to go somewhere. Or, 10 missiles. Or, 3 of the Humvees that y'all blew up during practice. Like, it's small. It's not. If you look at like the overall number, like, $8 or $9 million or whatever, like, that's a lot of money. But then you put it in perspective of the military budget in America, which is by far the biggest.
Yes.
By far. We pump a lot of money into that fucking military. And when you look at the actual breakdown of the numbers, then the cost thing just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Anybody who is willing to put on a uniform for sorry ass America and go play on her side, how do y'all have the nerve to tell anybody that they can't serve?
It must be so frustrating to think of it from the place like, on one hand, On the one hand, you're saying that I can be left out of having to defend this raggedy ass place.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side, rights. Like,
right.
I am a human being.
Yeah.
And you're basically telling me that my life is so annoying or so is burdensome, basically.
Burdensome.
Such a problem and an issue for the American people that we just should not be allowed to fight for. Oh my God.
Right.
Like oh
wild.
my God. It's just, and the thing that scares me a lot about that, I don't know, I'm sorry, but
no, you're fine.
The thing that scares me a lot about it is because of the number of, like, the statistics when you think about the attacks, the rapes, the beatings and stuff like
all
that.
All the sexual assaults.
And I feel like every time Trump does this type of thing, it's like he's encouraging that. Like they were talking about that whole thing with him in the CNN gif. Like, it's almost like people have been getting violent and have been aggressively assholey to minorities, marginalized group of people and things like that because they feel justified in this nigga's behavior. Empowered by it. Right. So that makes me afraid, and it also makes you think, like, my God, like what next? What are you, the fact that you even feel like not only like this is okay, that you should be allowed to do that in this so-called free country, and that you have these little bullshit ass excuses for it. It's like, what? I'm just waiting to die at this point. I'm hoping that I can accomplish a couple more things first. But
yeah. Well, I mean, because it's not just, you can't serve in the military. Most people who go into the military are poor and do not have a lot of other options. College wasn't necessarily something that was going to work out for them. And the military is a way to have a job and take care of yourself. It's a way of being able to support yourself.
That's true too.
Regardless. And so when you cut off people who already have a hard time finding employment in our society anyway, when you say, oh, well, now the American government won't take you either, it's just another slap in the face on top of people who are already struggling. The vast, overwhelming majority. Rich people don't send their kids to the fucking military. The majority, the overwhelming majority need that money, need the security of that job. And so to be like, oh, well, sorry, but 2,500 of you can no longer work because the president has decided he has a problem with your gender identity. It's such bullshit. And really what I think it boils down to is Barack Obama did this, so I'm going to take it back.
Right.
That's really what it is. Everything that Obama did, whether it was good or bad as far as the Republicans are concerned, we just need to undo it. Just get rid of all that niggers things. Just go back in there and magic erase all of it. And if we have to shit on people
there will be no more wings on these Wednesdays.
I feel like the White House is just so dark and gloomy now. It's probably like an evil spirit lurking around in that bitch.
Literally.
But just
Crimson Peak.
I hope trans people know that not all of us are, well, no, I'm not even going to do the not all of us because white people love doing that. And it's not
yes, they do.
So I'm not about to do not all cis people. I just want you to know that we love y'all, we support y'all, and we see what this president is doing. Even if you don't personally care about trans issues, you have to know. It's just a matter of time. If they can get away with this, they're only going to keep going. They're going after trans people right now because that's the one that unites all of the hatefuls across racial lines.
Don't matter.
Everybody who is bigoted towards trans people is coming together on this.
Yep.
And so you say trans kids can't use the bathroom that they say they should be able to use, which is something else Trump has already done this fucking year.
Right.
And now you're talking about, well, trans people can't serve in the military. It's just a matter of time. The bigotry train doesn't stop before it gets to your house. You're not rich, white, cis man.
Honestly, if they can keep going,
they're going to.
Like,
it's
they will
just
keep
a matter
going
of time
until everyone in America is white and male, and then the white women just work in brothels.
Yes. Like LeVar Burton said, it's a reason they don't put their futures, their sci-fi, futuristic stuff and all that.
Oh, we got rid of them by then.
We're not in... And around the year 3000, we were finally done with that pesky Negro problem.
Success.
Right. Like, they are just... And y'all are ready to just join up the cause and be like, yeah, well, that's right. I mean, you know,
It's
that
so
sort of thing
stupid.
would be a distraction. I am 100% sure that cis male assholes are way more of a distraction in the U.S. military for everybody.
Or like missiles flying over my head.
I mean,
I
you know,
might be
there's
more
also-
distracted by that.
Maybe we
than
could
who
all
you
just
identify as.
all not be worried about what the fuck is in everybody else's pants. If I'm not trying to fuck you, then what's in my clothes, what's underneath my clothes doesn't fucking matter.
And you know you want a piece of this bitch. I don't know why I said that. I feel like at the end of the day, you should always give a little
It just
bit of
makes
that.
me so mad, and it frustrates the shit out of me that our president is literally up here and giving the most bullshit reasons for
That's all
being
he knows how to
hateful.
do.
And people are just like, ooh, I hear the flavor of hate I like. Let me pour a cup.
Right.
That's exactly how niggas are.
Right. Exactly.
Niggas
It's
have
like-
been mad at me all day because I said I'm watching all these black men fall in line with Donald Trump, and the fact that you are agreeing with him should let you know something is wrong. You saw those tweets about Trump banning trans people from the military, and you thought, finally, someone doing the work I believe in. You should have known right then, had you just thought a little bit more about it, like something is wrong with this. Or, Jeff Sessions is a known racist. And yes, by this point, we all know that Trump does not too much care for Jeff Sessions. And in fact said, had I known he was going to recuse himself from the Russia investigation, I would have never hired him, which sounds like I only want people on my team who are going to like be down for me or
That's so
lie for me.
obvious.
He went to the Boy Scouts talking about loyalty is one of y'all's big oaths or whatever, and we could certainly use more loyalty in this world. You are not a dictator, my nigga. That is, we do not all owe undying love and loyalty to Donald
That's not how
Trump.
this works.
We're actually, most of us are working on getting you right the fuck on out of here.
Because we hate you, bro.
And getting rid of the Electoral College while we're at it, because this never needs to happen again.
Ever again.
Not ever. Popular
life,
vote
not
should
the
have
next.
been deciding our elections. But anyway, I want to reiterate that even if you feel like, oh, I don't care, or fuck trans people, they ain't none of my business, or you think they're nasty, or whatever other stupid ass, ignorant, bigoted thing you might be thinking, do not ever be under the impression that the Trump administration is not going to come for your black ass sooner or later.
I mean, it's...
Talking
Everything
about that's
they've
not our
done.
fight, that's the white man's fight. There are black trans people, you
Stupid.
stupid fucks. And they're everywhere. Talking
and
about
way worse off.
what we need is black love and black unity and black families and black marriages. Do y'all realize that our black, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, intersex, genderqueer asses came from those relationships? Do you know straight people give birth to non-straight people? Do you know that? I feel like niggas are really like, where do you think gay people just popped up when like we just grew from a field like, hey, you guys are here to queer everything up?
No, I think that they think that there is like one like major source
God
of gay,
damn.
maybe a gay alien that goes around and, you know,
Oh, is it in New
sticks
York?
your hands sticks his hands in your ears and just makes you gay. Like, or maybe like a gay tooth fairy who comes in at the night.
It's just
I don't
so
know what they
frustrating, so
but-
shitty.
It really is. I just feel like all of the steps this man has taken I feel like he's been president forever. It
Yeah.
has been some change.
This year has been
Some change. And all of these little things he's done so far are very clearly about fuck all y'all, how quickly can you get the fuck up out of here?
Right.
So I don't understand why, just because you don't understand or respect or give a fuck about the transgender community or trans people, at least you should be like, dumbass
I've heard a poem about this
Donald
before.
Trump. Why do I? Maybe me agreeing with this, I should think
I should
about
examine my
this. I
feelings.
should feel like, let me figure out what's going on. Because me agreeing with something that this bitch is saying probably is wrong.
Something feels off about that. My spirit feels unsettled. And somebody really said to me, well, he's not wrong just because he's Trump. If he said the sky is blue, we supposed to disagree because he's Trump? How are
I
you
would.
niggas this? First of all, if Donald Trump said the sky is blue, I would go outside and double check. Because I'm pretty sure that day the sky would be a different color.
I'd be like, nigga,
He's
it
just
is
that much of a liar.
Robin's egg. Dumbass. Like,
But secondly, nigga, don't be fucking deliberately obtuse
Right.
Facts are facts. Being hateful towards trans people is a choice, and you don't have to act like that. So please straighten the fuck up and do better.
The black ass.
Period. I'm done. My God.
Most of y'all hoes won't throw hands in the motherfucking street.
And you know that.
And you so worried
that.
about somebody who will actually go out here and like
acting like trans people are some threat to you. I think 15 or 16 black trans women have been murdered this year so far. Like, just so far. And you act like, how many cis men have been murdered by black trans women? Oh, I'm gonna guess like 0. Or if they were, it was probably in self-defense because y'all came at her crazy in the first place and she had to choose between her life and yours. Period. Y'all are not out here being targeted by trans people. It's not, oh, boogie, 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 we're gonna come get your kids and trans them up. Like, leave people the fuck alone and let them live. I'm so sick of y'all's dumb shit. So, I'm done.
Well, that's this episode of The Read.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much to Annapurna Pictures Detroit for supporting today's episode of The Read. I'm really looking forward to this movie.
I guess I'm just going to cry.
On a summer night in 1967, amongst the chaos of the Detroit Rebellion, a group of young people were detained by the Detroit police inside the Algiers Motel. By the end of the night, 3 of them would be dead, innocent lives lost, and an entire city changed forever. So make sure you check it out. That's Detroit. It premieres in theaters August 4th, starring John Boyega, Anthony Mackie, Algie Smith, and directed by Catherine Bigelow. So yeah, gonna have to check that out, but I know I'm gonna be in my feelings.
I heard I don't want to just call him the white boy, but I guess the guy, the young white man who plays, I guess, the antagonist in the film, said some of those scenes were so gut-wrenching that he was like hugging all of the co-stars in between takes. That's literally what I did when I read it too.
Were you sad?
Oh my God, it's too heavy.
Oh my God, were your white feelings hurt?
We're sponsoring the show.
But yeah, I'm going to see the movie.
I'm still going to watch it.
Going to see the movie anyway. White people being in their feelings. You should be in your feelings.
This is real life shit.
Look at the shit y'all have done. So make sure you check out our website. This is theread.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on. Do we have any other news?
I'm supposed to announce on the show today that I'm supposed to announce on the show today.
Oh yeah. Just
that
in case you decide.
305 Live LA is happening.
Yeah! What?
So August.
Come on, bi-coastal party.
20. So there's good news and bad news.
Oh no.
The good news is that this is going to be the first 305 Live pool party.
Ooh.
The bad news is it's August 27th. So it's the same weekend as Afropunk.
Oh, damn.
So I won't be here for Afropunk this year, allegedly, apparently. I think it's also...
weren't we booked for Afropunk? Maybe not.
I don't think we were, booked.
Okay. I'm like, let me double check that.
I have no, contractual obligations.
That's true. You can go wherever you want to. So.
Although I really want to go, but...
I got to see SZA. I got to.
I'm going to SZA's concert, so...
I did not get tickets to that.
I didn't either, but I'm going.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You did say that.
We'll be there. It's going to happen.
A way will happen.
So yeah, if you're in the LA area, Sunday, August 27th, I believe this is also VMA weekend, so pray for me.
Wow. That'll be packed.
Will be, who knows? I just want to say, LA, let me tell y'all something. If I come my ass all the way out to the West Coast to throw a party, y'all better dance. Now, I feel like I had to say that same thing to New York because niggas on average at New York parties act like they don't come there to do that. But the crowds that come out to our things are usually a different breed. So I'm going to have faith in y'all that you will come out to this party
turn up
on August 27th and actually move and not just, stand around and try to be cute, because we don't do that. We don't do that. We won't do that. And I will shut everything down. And also you can get in the water. Let's not be those niggas. If there's a whole pool, I'm getting in it. So
I don't think too many of the girls, especially if they have a done up face, they're not going to be.
You don't have to. Whatever. So 305 Live, yes, you can go ahead and get tickets for that. Fury305.com. I believe that they will be on the internets tomorrow. That's Friday. by noon.
Ooh.
So go ahead, get tickets for that. I will see you at the end of August, and hopefully I'll be plenty high.
I'm sure you will be.
There'll be that. All
right. Anything else? Any other news?
I don't have an acronym, but I did want to just send us out the right way just because of, everything that happened today. I was very tempted earlier, but I'll just do it now. Why are you taking your headphones off?
Because I feel like you about to holler.
All I was going to do, actually I needed your help.
Oh, do you? Oh, I pick okay.
Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. I can go anywhere. Friends to know. Ways to grow. Reading Rainbow. I can be anything.
Shout out to
Take
LeVar
a
Burton.
look.
Thank you so much for coming to this show.
It's in a book. You remember when, like, in the 80s and 90s, how they would whisper at the end? Don't you think it's in a book?
My dad just called me back.
What did he say? He just called? Okay, let's get out of here so that you can.
He said, but did I get my autograph and will I be in the next Star Trek movie?
So black.
I can't stand that nigga.
We'll see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.